Okay, looks like we're off. Terra 87, Blunderman 1, and Astavakra are already in games, as are Play GM, Tommy Tao, and Mudangi. Let me just quickly check that my volume is okay. It seems to be okay, that's good. Um, and what I'll be doing is I'm not going to be playing this competitively to try to win the tournament. I'm going to make this a lichess stream. I'm going to be playing a game and then analyzing it. So now what is this tournament? It's a special prize tournament to celebrate the end of season 9.60 of the Crazyhouse League. I'll have another recap video of the league, but in summary, uh, and this tournament is co-organized with CNO with the $20 prize, which I'll come to. But about the league, it's just come to a conclusion. Just a couple more games to go, and I'll have another recap video. Red Button has won, and Fumitox on board 1 and Terra 87 on board 2 of Red Button had clean sweeps, 6 out of 6. So congratulations to those two. Just 2 more games to go, probably taking place later in the week till the league ends. Hi there, Madalena. Hey, greetings. So Madalena was streaming Crazyhouse earlier. WNM Madalena Maria, I should shout you out. And hopefully can join us later. So hopefully that works okay. So what, as I said, I'm going to be analyzing games in a lichess study. So that's as they go along, and saying something about Crazyhouse 960. So I'm going to make this into a kind of instructive stream rather than trying to be competitive and trying to win the arena, which I'm not likely to do anyway. And how about the $20 prize? The $20 prize, I want to encourage participation, but also I want to encourage people to actually play games and try and win. So a random game is going to be chosen, and then the winner of that game will win the $20. So everyone has a chance, as long as you win one game. There's going to be a raffle. I'm going to put in the number of games in this wheel. I'm going to spin the wheel, and we're going to see who wins the $20. So as I said, there will be another stream later with a recap of season 9.60, and that also will be instructive. But I'll prepare that one in more detail. Whereas this one, we're just going to just do it on the fly. Okay, so the first thing is you only have 30 seconds for your first move on this chess site, and to castle you drag your king over your rook. And just like in normal chess, you want to control the center. I'm up against Metin48, strong player from Turkey, very experienced, played almost 100,000 games of Crazyhouse. And you have to, when you first look at the position, you have to be aware of weak squares in the position. Everything seems fine. I mean, the reason you have to be aware of weak squares is if, for example, I move the queen off. No, I mean, there are certain times when your king can get smothered and crazy things can happen. So to develop the knights, you have to move them. To develop the bishops, you just have to open up the lines. So I'm going to open up the queen, open up the bishop. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play each game, and then after each game, I'm going to take it over into a lichess study here, and we're going to analyze what we did right, what we did wrong, and So one bad thing about this pawn is it is blocking in my bishop a little bit. So with that in mind, let's open up my other bishop. My other bishop. Okay, notice there's a slight weakness here. Interesting. Nothing to be too concerned about. And if I do this, there may be slight weaknesses here. That's just something I'm a little bit concerned about. And I should really be thinking where I want to castle. I'm not quite sure yet. And also, where's that knight going to? What I like, by the way, about the league is slow time control Crazyhouse. So unlike on lichess, it's all very fast. We really encourage slow play. And normally it's regular Crazyhouse, but just in between seasons we had a Crazyhouse 960 event. And how do I get in on this square? I guess the only way is get my queen out at some point. So, but I don't see how to do it. Yeah, I'm just going to challenge the center. So maybe takes with this, maybe queen here, and then castle. Something like this is what I'm considering. And I'm keeping the knight on the back rank just to keep e3 covered. I'm not sure if this is wise or not, because also this bishop is looking a bit silly for now. Metin's a very interesting player. Yeah, so the time control gives you time to think and to chat with you guys. And you see my connection just dropped, and hopefully it's come back now. I'm not sure if it was his connection or my connection. Um, Now this is a strange move. So he's allowing takes, but bishop takes. Okay, so he's opening up the bishop. Um, but the reason it's strange is I still control this square, and he can't sack. So I still got simply pawn here, and that's hitting with tempo because there are two defenders and only two attackers. So I get a tempo with this move, and there's nowhere. I was going to say there's nowhere obvious for him to go next, and about that maybe I'm wrong. But what I do is I challenge. So it's just a general chess principles challenge. Um, Challenge diagonals. I'm not quite sure why my connection seems weak, but hopefully you guys, the stream is still holding up okay. Um, and just to check, piece sounds are coming through okay, are they not? So like, oh, they're coming through very loud and clear. Maybe I should even turn them down a bit. Just turn that piece sound down so it's not too disturbing. He's putting pressure here. Okay, whenever you move the queen out, you have to be always aware in case the queen is going to get hit by an attacker. About Metin 48, I think he's quite equal in strength to me. So who knows who wins this game? I'm thinking of castling. I'm slightly worried about this because I don't have any droppers. Um, and if takes, knight takes, or queen, if he does queen here or something, okay, I still have this. Um, okay, this is slightly disturbing how my clock keeps on making these weird noises. Okay, so I'm going to go here maybe, just grabbing. Yeah, I'm slightly worried I don't have good blockers, that's all. So what's my reason for this? To develop my bishop was one reason. I want to castle at some point. Yeah, I thought that might come. Um, I was thinking just moving the knight. And if bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, everything's still covered. He could return a bishop here, which is slightly annoying. I could also just back off, but I think I'm just going to do this. I feel like I've got good space, and even if I lose the queen, takes. Yeah, I can't do that because the queen here would be checkmate. There's a pin. So he does have bishop takes bishop, queen takes, and my time is running low, so not ideal. Oh, I forgot my rook as well. Okay, so I've made mistakes here. I'm gonna have to sack the queen, and then he's gonna have a powerful knight. This is not what I wanted. Is there anything else I could do? Yes, there is. Takes here. And if takes the rook, knight takes, I guess. I guess I'm being forced to do this. Now I'm very confused. It hasn't picked up my move. It hasn't picked up my move. Well, I can change my move now then. Because I was starting to regret my move. So how about this? That's the weird thing about, okay, I've got a really dodgy connection clearly. So as I said, I'm going to be taking these games, putting them over on the lichess. So that's why this is technically a lichess stream, because I'll be analyzing it on lichess, hopefully. Yeah, so I will be analyzing it on lichess, I promise, even though I'm playing on pychess. Oh, this is falling. Eek. But then I do have bishop here. So it's a very double-edged position. I'm not. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do have this. and so he has to defend. My time is really low because of issues with my connection. So I can win a knight, but and I'll have some sort of initiative. I mean, I get to move first, but it's not clear how I can use that knight. I mean, there's knight. Okay, look, I've got knight here potentially. And I have another move at some point. He might have intermezzos, which is this one. But okay, I'm just going to go with this check. And okay, so he's got a pawn and a bishop. I want to do this. And then he does this. I've only got 50 seconds. This is not what I like. I like to think about things. Because I was thinking at some point if queen takes knight, pawn here, sort of ideas. I'm not seeing what I want. Oh, this is hanging. That's awful. Oh my gosh. I'm so ashamed. So I seem to be making a hash of this. So you drag the king over the rook to castle. That's quite important. If he had a knight, he'd have a knight here check, taking here, which would be annoying. My position still looks like it has good potential. Okay, so he's got this sort of idea. He doesn't have that much in hand. I think my main problem is the clock. I just need to move quickly. My position still has quite a lot of potential. He's in trouble because queen and bishop are both hit. So I'm expecting a sack. And if he had a lot in hand, I wouldn't take it. I'd just slide it into the corner. He does have a bishop check, though. So maybe it's worth still sliding into the corner. Because otherwise he puts another bishop on. But the problem is he then has bishop takes knight whenever he wants to. So the bishop always has... The bishop can go on and annoy me, is what I'm worried about. And maybe I need a bishop here, pawn here. I think I'm safe and I should just take it if he takes me. So these will all be fun questions to look at later on the lichess analysis. So in the meantime, his queen's under attack. He's going to sack this, but then this is going to be weak. Yep. So he's sacking the whole queen, full queen. That's dangerous. I don't believe it, because after this I slide into the corner, and he doesn't have a big piece like a knight. He doesn't have anything. Oh, I see. He does have bishop takes knight coming. Yeah, he does have the knight. Okay, and so he's taking this, but rook. Okay, yeah, I hadn't seen this fully. So he does have a check, but I didn't think he has much. But he does have knight here check, which is annoying. So let's see. Queen takes knight is the very careless approach, just saying, look, you don't have enough material to harm me. I think I'll do that. I think that's true. So now I'm hitting his bishop. I'm going to go here, so he's not taking my rook with check. He'll probably go pawn drop here. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is terrible. That was not what I wanted. Wow. Things are not good now. I better go here. So he's winning a whole queen. Okay, so I'm going to throw in a check. If he blocks here, I might have this idea. No, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to go with I want this, but then he just takes it. So I'm going to go this. So if he takes here, I just take his bishop. That's the idea. My time is so low. Oh, I didn't defend the mate. I just assumed I had a move extra. Because I was always planning check and then block and then completely forgot. Okay, that's an embarrassing beginning. Okay, so to show you how this thing works, you click on Analysis board and you can request an analysis within pychess. But even nicer, you can take the game, go over to lichess and import it. And that's what I'm going to do. Just add a PGN, paste it in. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the study feature on lichess, and we're going to analyze the game. So we're going to maybe just use one CPU because I'm streaming and don't want to kill the computer. And just have a look. So this was a strange place to put the knights because you're going to have to move the knight again. So knight b6 is more natural. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, but obviously here you're going to have to move the knight again, so you're taking 2 moves, but you get the knight into a central square. And knight e3 was possible from me. Okay, so I did this. D takes e5, bishop takes e5. There's also, you can run full server analysis well, let's try this. I'm not sure how well it works normally. So normally I don't do it within studies. But okay, I'll try it as an experiment to do server-side analysis. Okay, so here he did have a strong move, which is bishop takes bishop. If I do queen takes, then he's got bishop here, and I think that's annoying, even though computer is thinking other things. Bishop at f4 is the obvious move. There could be other intermezzos, but I do knight takes, and why is this a problem? Knight f4, and I bring the queen back. Everything seems under attack. Sorry, well defended. A3 apparently is annoying. Just trying to get in here. A3, if I just take it, then bishop at c3 is the problem. Okay, so you can't just take it. Okay, so that's kind of awkward. So that he had that kind of idea. That's really interesting. Yeah, I don't usually like to have server-side analysis because it adds all these lines which are not necessarily human lines. But I'm just going to do it this once. So bishop takes e3 takes. Yeah, takes you can delete from here. Knight takes e3 is much more natural. Knight f4. This is an interesting line. Yeah. Okay, so you did h6 instead. I did c4. I was quite happy with c4, but engine likes it, but then when I play it, it says it's a blunder, and it says d5 was best. I was planning d5 next, but sure. I never had a chance to play d5. It happened. King f1 was the move here. Obviously, what I was thinking of originally was this, and I think that's very bad because takes on e3, takes, and bishop here. So I withdrew, takes here was a blunder. He should have apparently just gone straight for here, hitting my rook. But okay, he allowed this, backs off. What else could he have done? Queen c5. Not sure what. Not sure what difference Queen c5 makes, because after Queen c5, don't I still take? Oh, I see. Of course. Then he's still guarding this key d6 square. So okay, so now d6 is weak, and at this point I should have just castled, but I did this, takes, then castles, here, knight e to c4. Apparently I'm doing very well here. Knight takes b2, I win the queen, I go to h1, takes, and I'm really doing very well here. Takes, knight here, check. What did I do wrong? Oh, taking here is a mistake. I got too greedy. Yeah, this is the point when I should have been thinking about like intermezzos like this, and then takes here, because then he doesn't have this whole idea of knight at g3 check. So it just gives me an extra move to defend. So here, queen takes knight, and then if he takes my bishop, okay, now he's threatening knight at g3 again, but it's too late. I'm taking his bishop here. So I just needed that just in between move, and missing that, yeah, now it becomes tough. I didn't want to walk into the double check, and I completely missed the fork. And then I lose the queen, and I now need to defend, and I don't defend very well. I mean, in this particular case, I didn't defend well. I should have just played e5. So what's the idea? e5, I thought you'd just take it, and then queen at f8 check. Ah, that's an interesting idea. So the idea is if he blocks, I've got this, and then he's dropped the queen, so he can't make me, and I can continue my attack. Rook takes e8, queen at a5, check, picking up the bishop. That's a very strong idea. And so you think, well, why not just run? And the problem with that is there's a rook on this file. So knight at d5, check, king has to run again. And now he's got back rank issues. Takes. Rook at e8 again. He only has a queen to block with, so I can just draw his king out, and now I'm controlling this square. Bishop here check, and whichever way he runs, queen here is checkmate. So that's the key idea I missed, and I just did. This is just pure time trouble. So that's my first game. Let's hope I win some games in this tournament, because otherwise got no chance for prizes if you don't win games. So how do I go back? I go back to the tournament. Okay, back to the tournament, and I'm in a game already against Tommy Towell. No rest. 30 seconds for first move. So you want to check what are the weak pawns. Nowhere weak. You probably want to push, this and this, just to get the bishops out. So I'm going to probably do this and this to get the bishops out, but he's probably going to open up his queen along this diagonal to control this square. So that square I'm going to have trouble controlling, unless at some point I have this, this, and this, but that's a bit slow. So that's what we're doing. Sorry, that's the analysis arena. So I'll be back on the analysis arena later at the end of the game. Okay, so he allows me to continue with this plan of here. It does open up my king a little bit, so I'm wondering whether I should open up my queen first, try and control this square a bit more. If I get a knight out, he could just push. Should I myself push? I'm very worried about the e7 square if I push. So I'm going to do this, and I feel actually my bishops are doing a great job protecting my king as well as. So it's okay to push pawns around the king if you have bishops protecting. Oh, he pushes straight away. Okay. So if I had a pawn in hand, I'd drop the pawn. That would be fun. I could do this, but he's going to do this. So that looks strong. I'm just going to do this. Just trying to open up. Okay, I didn't realize I should have been more careful about this square here. He doesn't have anything to hit it with directly, but I should have been more careful. And I'm feeling my queen is a bit sad in the corner there. It's not quite what I intended. So, what have I done wrong? Yeah, something has gone a bit wrong. I'm very glad to put this pawn down, because d6 is weak, e7 is weak. And I guess my plan is this, and develop the queen here and castle and claim the queen is protecting my king. Again, not sure I've played this very well, but because even if I castle, this e7 square is a real weakness. So I'm going to hold off castling and just try and do this first. Of course, this creates a slight weakness on g6. Seems okay. So the problem is, I might like to do a move like queen h6, but the problem is bishop takes, and knight here hitting both the queen and this. I move the queen, and then he takes my bishop takes, and the knight then forks my king and queen. So that's the kind of annoying ideas that I'm facing in this position. So I'm not terribly thrilled with how I'm dealing with stuff. I mean, this should have been a nice bishop, and yet what's going on? Maybe I should do this. But I'm not playing this. Not playing this well. Still trying to find my feet in this position. Okay, I like the idea of taking here because however he takes back, I feel like there are positional holes in his position. It just, yeah, that feels good. Bishop here also interesting. So hitting both the knights, and the knight could be, but he can just move a knight. He could have moved the knight here. So what am I doing? I'm still, yeah, I'm still looking for a plan, basically. This is just hope chess, not very bad. Okay, so I've got a check, but he can just block, so that's no good. I've got a check, but he just goes here, and I can sack, but actually that's not so bad, because there's this as the follow-up, and then I take this, which is defending his king. So it's not so bad. I'm going to go for this. Not so bad at all. Okay, I'm just going to put the pawn down. I don't really have anything just yet, but yeah, I'm suddenly regretting this. I should have kept the pawn maybe for here. Okay, I'm going to take this one. Now I'm not sure. So I've got a bishop and maybe a rook one day. Okay, I'm going to go with this because maybe a rook here might be interesting at some point. My king is safe for now. That's one positive thing. This move, yeah, it just seems like it's annoying. And annoying is good. Okay, he's allowed bishop takes pawn check, which is fun, because that means he blocks the attack on this square. Because he's going to block for sure. Yeah. And the reason that's a problem is because now I've got takes here and at g2, and it's almost already mate. And meanwhile, there's nothing on my king. The problem here is I've also just got rook here, takes again, king takes. That's a very kind of forcing sequence. Is that strong enough though? Because it is giving him a rook. Takes, king back, takes. I think that's enough, but let me just make sure. Yeah, I think it's going to be enough. because the idea is I also have a check here or here, and to pick up another pawn. And another pawn will kill him, I think. I think that's right. I've got to be careful. So king takes, bishop there, check, takes. Okay, so takes, king takes, develop. Oh, the only thing is if I do this and fail, I've lost. Yeah, I've lost my defender. Anyway, I have to be confident. So if it blocks with the pawn, takes, and then promote is my plan. Now, I need a backup plan. Backup plan is rook here, check, blocks. Okay, let's just calculate it. We have 2 minutes on the clock, so we can calculate it. Takes, pawn here, check. Or pawn here, check. So pawn here, check. We can't promote here is the problem. So pawn here, check, I prefer. And if he goes here, then rook here is checkmate. So he has to step up or go here. If he goes here, then I can promote, so that can't be good. So he goes here. And then my plan originally was to go rook here, check, and that looks like mate. So that's what I'm going to do. So keeping the checks, check. And I should look at the chat. Hi there, Blundermaster. Luckily, pychess has Crazyhouse 960. I wonder if lichess will ever get it. No, they won't get it, and they don't need to get it. And here, rook here is checkmate. Yay! So that was what I analysed earlier. And it's true. So I get a win. So now that I've got a win, I've got a chance. When at the end of this arena, all the games are going to be put into a wheel, and winner of one of the games will get a $20 prize, and everyone's welcome to join this arena. I should put the and I'm going to be analysing the games on lichess, which is why this is really a lichess stream. And let me just go back to the pychess homepage and copy the tournament address just in case anyone wants to hop in to this tournament. And I'm going to analyze the second game, which thankfully I won. Yeah, I'm not playing. This is not playing anything. I'm just analyzing and playing some 960. Okay, so in this initial position, I was black. So let's look at it from my perspective. And good first move apparently is knight f6. e5 is good. c5, c6. If you're watching the stream, this is just analysis of Crazyhouse 960. Okay. So what do we think? Yeah, so was this the right approach? d5. I mean, Engine likes it, d5. And in this position, maybe knight... I think something went wrong. So knight h6 is interesting. f6 is interesting, noticing he can't push again. Spooderlander says, where can you even play Crazyhouse 960? I just pasted the link, but I'll paste it once more. So it's a prize tournament I'm organizing, and I'm analyzing the games I play in this tournament. And for the instructions of how to play, you have to just click on login. It says authenticate. Oops, that's not it, because I'm already logged in, you see. There's a login where your username is. Then click on authenticate, and it recognizes your lichess username, and then you're in. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so interesting. G5, G6. The engine's thinking at higher depth. F6. Interesting. Okay, so I went for this. Interestingly, it doesn't want to take that knight, but he did. And then knight takes f6 it wants to do, which is all. Maybe keep this pawn here. And that makes sense, because in the end I ended up replacing that pawn. Okay, I'm just going to ignore challenges because you're not getting the message. So yeah, something went wrong for me in this opening. Maybe I should have just castled. I just didn't see how to continue. Bishop f5, castles. Yeah, so in this sort of position, yeah, the question is when do you take and when do you not take? The problem is if you're letting me take, I'm getting control of the diagonal, but if you take me, my pieces are advancing. That's the slight problem. So it's sort of not clear. Engine is suggesting takes, and then knight at a5. And I don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me. Why would knight at a5 be good? Okay, I see why it's good. Because that pawn is annoying to defend. If we try and do bishop at a6, the point is there's bishop at d3. And then you're developing your piece. And you're even taking with check, so that's annoying. So you can't really do that. So you have to put the bishop back on c8, which is kind of annoying. Although having said that, I don't see where the knight's going from here. It looks a bit stuck. So I don't see a human playing that. But okay, I did this, and I was thinking originally bishop here, but then in the end, and I should have done that, in the end I did this, and so white still has the slight better position. Interestingly here, now this is a really good instructive position. When takes, don't necessarily take back, look for intermezzo moves. Check and take back, then the white king is safe forever. And there's no getting in with these bishops guarding it, guarding all the weak squares. But okay, he makes this tiny mistake, and I've got a chance now. Check, takes here, here. He's still doing, he still missed this idea, which really just kills me. Takes away my one attacking piece. Check here, takes here, and still he has this idea, which I missed all game. And now, yeah, now I just have a mating sequence, so which is very hard to defend against. There is one defense, which is, yeah, the engine of course sees it, which is you put a knight or a rook here. Even a bishop is getting you mated because bishop takes bishop, pawn takes, bishop here, yeah, bishop at d2 is checkmate. So if the king goes here, rook here is checkmate. If the king goes here, rook here is checkmate. If the king goes here, rook here, yeah, rook here is basically checkmate, whatever happens. So you have to defend with a knight, and then I was not sure how to continue. Takes, knight at e2, knight at e2, king c2, rook at c1, king d3. King's a bit open, so this should be a good position, but I wasn't sure how to proceed. Engine basically just says just castle, and you're doing well. Your king is safe, and his isn't. And it would be very tempting in this position just to go check like this, and that wouldn't necessarily be such a good idea because this king's about to get mated. If you go this way, knight here is checkmate, and if you go the other way, there's also going to be a mate. So the engine says knight at d6, so the idea is if you keep running, this is mate, so we have to take it, and then you have another knight in hand, so I have to keep running, and then pawn here is checkmate. So there we go. Nice game. Let's get back to the tournament and let's see how everyone else is doing. Clearcast has won 6 games in a row, and Morlock has won 5 games in a row, and Astrovacra has won 4 games in a row, and Terra87 has won 3 games in a row. So congrats to those 4 for their nice performances so far. And I'm all the way down in 19th place. I am live, indeed, Dewaditya asking. And Spudalander says he's going to join in. That's wonderful. And Professor Blundermaster says, how can I analyze the Crazyhouse 960 on lichess? What is the workaround? I've been showing how to do it on stream. You basically go to the game, you click analysis. You'll see it after my next game, but you go to the game, you click on analysis board, you scroll down for the PGN, you get the PGN, and then you go add a new chapter, and click on PGN, and paste in the PGN here, and you look at it in the study. That's one way. The other way is you use here Tools, Import Game, and you import it into your imported games on lichess. So pairings will be a little bit slow for this tournament because it is a slow time control arena, 5+5, but there's a good reason for that. It's because the Crazyhouse League, which has been running for 9 seasons, plus two extra seasons of Crazyhouse 960 we've just finished season 9.60 in between seasons 9 and 10, which was a 960 league. So you play against players of similar strength. If you're interested, by the way, in the league, if people are interested in Crazyhouse League in general, I should give you, it's on my profile, the Crazyhouse League team. I don't send out notifications very often, but if you're interested in getting notifications about future league events, Crazyhouse League events, that's there. If you're interested in future pychess tournaments, there is also somewhere here a pychess. So you'll see it on my profile, pychess tournaments. So if you just go to my profile on lichess, and that will give that he seems to notify whenever there's a pychess tournament. So he'll send notifications a few times a week. I send a notification once every 3 months or so. So usually, whenever there's a league event. Do you have to copy and paste the starting? Nope, you don't. It's that's within the PGN. So there seem to be quite a few people here, but pairing is slow, unfortunately. So it seems like I'm waiting for a bit. So while I'm waiting, actually I'll show you how to import a game. So Clearcast, has he played someone good? Or Morlock? I guess these 4 have never played each other because they've won continuously. Terra 87 beat Kareka Chess Champ. So okay, so what I'll do is that's Kareka Chess Champ's a good player. Terra 87 is a good player. So I'll just show you how you do it. You go to Analysis board, you go to the PGN, copy it, and I'm in a game, so I've got to concentrate. Okay, he's white. Okay, so I've got a few seconds. You go add a new chapter and paste the PGN, and it automatically picks up who played and how they did. Awesome. Okay, I should look at my position. Okay, so I want to do this and this. I want to develop my queen. This is a potentially weak square. I need to be super aware of that. This feels like an obvious thing to do, but be aware of this square. Don't want stupid things happening here. This diagonal looks super interesting, like moves like this. But the problem, this square is still defended. The king, it's not quite. Yeah, I feel a little bit uncomfortable about this. I want to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this. So I'm putting lots of pressure on here and might even do this. But he could also just do this. Okay, so I could take, and then this. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but I'm saying there is that idea available. I feel like there must be something wrong with what he just did, but I'm not sure what it is. So bishop takes, queen takes. I have a bishop in hand. Yeah, I'm just looking for tactical possibilities, but I'm being too aggressive. So this is an idea. Yeah, if I do this, the problem is he just does this. So maybe this first. The problem is then he's going to start attacking me. Okay, so be it. We're going to have to do this. And then I'm slightly worried about this diagonal, but so be it, so be it. So if he's smart, he should be thinking about this, and a sack of a piece for 2 pawns here. That looks like a very strong idea. Oh, yes, and also by pushing this, he's taken away this square for my knight. I really wanted to put my knight here. So this move, it looks nice, but it lets me do stuff with tempo. So takes like this. I'm doing the moves I want to do with tempo. So I think that's not a good move. Got to be slightly aware of this diagonal. Should be okay for now. Yeah, so I'm still thinking about these ideas. They don't work because takes. This square becomes weak. If I just go queen here, very chill move. Too chill. What else could I do? Maybe that's a good idea. I'm just trying to figure this out. He can have a knight whenever he wants it. His rook is open. That's interesting. I don't think that's a good idea for me to allow that knight just being able to him to take a knight whenever he wants it. Even though for now I've got knight takes, that's something I have to be aware of. At some point there could be a sack. Bishop takes pawn. Yeah, I don't know how though. And just this is interesting as well at some point, but not now because it's opening up the diagonal. So first this. I need to block off this diagonal, and then this might become an idea. But yeah, actually his queen is defended. Oh, his queen's not defended now. So now this becomes interesting. He probably goes here. Also, by the way, there's simply just the takes. And takes, even queen takes with threat of this, but he's still well defended. But it's still an interesting idea. Knight takes pawn, pawn takes pawn, bishop takes pawn. But my queen is not very well defended, that's the only problem. So that's a really tempting idea. And then the other tempting idea is this, but then this, and then this. I like it. I don't know if I should like it, but I like it. I just wish I had more time. So what about Metin? He is he's very strong at finding mates. So often in a game, I'll be doing very well against him. And then I'm slightly careless. And if you're slightly careless against Metin, he will punish. So what's my idea here? My idea is to rip off this pawn and to open up my bishops. Question is, do I take with the bishop or the pawn? And a general rule of thumb in Crazyhouse is it's really nice to take with the pawns. You let your pawns roll up the board, and it's quite delicious. So I'm very tempted to take with the pawn, but bishop is also tempting. So what to do? I'm going to take with the pawn. And the only thing I'm a little bit worried about is this pawn being weak at the end of the line. Like he moves his knight, but I can't capture on d5 because so Blundermaster says the version of Stockfish on lichess is much more powerful than the fairy stock on pychess. I think so. I think so. Yes. I'm not sure about much more powerful, but I think it's more powerful. Yes. I think I have to take that knight. Yeah, takes it. Reinforces my center, so he can absolutely just. Yep, he absolutely has the right to just crash through and destroy my beautiful pawns. What a pity. But that's not to say I can't start again with a move like this, for example. I could also go bishop takes pawn. That's also good. That's also a possibility. I also have to watch out. There could sometimes be weird tricks with knight a3. If only I didn't have a minute on the clock. I just love thinking too much. I should keep an eye on this. So bishop here would be tempting. And if he blocks, then knight here. And if he takes and takes, this is something okay, I'm going to go for this. And if he blocks with the pawn, yeah. I've also got takes, takes, and knight here check ideas, which aren't completely stupid. They're not completely stupid. But I'm going to go with knight here. So if pawn takes bishop, knight takes queen, and I'm hoping I'm not getting mated. And the point of this bishop move, I mean, the idea of it was to give some coverage to this square, which is like the entry square to my king. If I started exchanging everything here, the problem with that was c7 being open. He has a check. Okay, I didn't see that. Yes. Well, okay, I'm going to do this. So I'm defending with tempo. Unfortunately, he can take here, but I can take here. So things are still looking. Aha. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go with queen takes knight check and bishop takes queen. And the bishop is still providing coverage. And my idea was stupid. My idea was I do have knight h3. I don't have anything. This rook is protecting the king. He could even just go here. So I'm not sure what I'm thinking here. He just goes pawn takes bishop, and it looks like he's completely winning. What have I done? He's even got knight here check. Oh my goodness, what have I done? He's got two knights and a bishop. Okay. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, what has he done? Okay. What has he done? What has he done? That was not sensible from him. He just wrecked it. He has to do that because otherwise queen here is checkmate. But now, this one, and he can't go back, so he has to either take the bishop or run away. Yep. And now my knight is swinging back. Yeah, exactly. And now queen here and pawn here, and I'd be very surprised if this is not mate. I mean, basically it is mate. I mean, I've got another queen in hand. Gosh, didn't even remember this. Okay, so that was I was incredibly lucky to win that game. So now I've got 2 entries into the raffle to win the $20 prize. Now, see, it's not quite on the screen, is it? Yes, it's not quite on the screen. It's just on the screen. There's this little area. You have to click. So I'm going to show it a little bit more slowly. You enter a game. You click on Analysis board on the right, and you select all copy. Am I in a game? I'm not in a game, am I? I better not be in a game. And then you go to study, click on PGN, paste the PGN in, go, and then you can analyze it here. I hope I'm not in a game. Let's just quickly click on my profile to see if I'm in a game, because I heard a ping. Yeah, I'm not in a game. So I have a moment to have a look at lichess and study the last game. Sleipnir says, this looks like trouble. Came down to a blunder as usual. Classic Crazyhouse. Yes, I was very lucky. So I was going to see how Terra87 beat Kareka Chess Champ. So let's just have a quick look at that. And got the engine on in the background. But we will just use it. We'll try and just look at it without engine and just see if we see a critical point. Um, yeah. So what do I think? I mean, nice setup from Terra. Looks he's got uh, he can castle whenever he wants to. He doesn't have to castle. We just created a hole in the position there on G3. Ooh, he loses a piece though. Yeah, so did he have to lose the piece? Apparently, I don't know. Bishop at G5? That seems brave. A bishop at G5, bishop at F2. I don't know. Bishop at G5 seems very brave because can't you just take it? And then you go bishop at E7 and you're hitting the queen with tempo. And he's got the, and suppose he just goes, not too many squares for that queen is the problem. So if you just go here, for example, knight at F2 is the problem. Okay, that's an interesting idea. Bishop at G5 I would not have thought of. Okay, so lots of pressure on E3 and oof. Now in this position he's created a weakness here, but how's he going to use that weakness? Takes, doesn't really use the weakness. Yeah, something's wrong. He should have probably gone rook E1. Just pick up the queen for two pieces and the black king is open. So rook T1 takes, and I'm guessing you can't afford to take this because this is queening and trouble is coming. And if you don't take it, if you take the knight, for example, then this bishop has places to go, things to do, and that's also trouble. So, okay, so what happens here? So we're threatening a back rank thing, and he got the back rank, basically. And white doesn't have enough to mate, and so it's just too much material. Okay, so let's go to the game I just played just now. Now, okay, I like my first move, nothing wrong with G6. Now, maybe there's something wrong with my second move, however. Maybe develop the queen or something. So I did this, and the problem with this is the d5 idea. Yeah. So I go d5 in response. c6 was kind of forced. e4 takes. Maybe I'll try looking without the engine, even if maybe I'll keep an awareness on the bar in case something jumps terribly, and just have a look at the position. Okay, so yeah, I like this. I mean, I was very happy with my position here, and I thought this was a neat idea. Just putting my knight here. Just looking at the engine. Engine does not like it at all, but I thought it was neat. What's wrong with it? Knight t5. Sleipnir says, I was looking at f5 on move 3. I thought you could get good pressure on his king with those two diagonals open. Yes. So f5, so you're opening up this diagonal. Yep. Makes sense. This square becomes weak, but yeah, no, it makes sense. So why did I do this? Is because I wanted to get my queen active. So I think, so basically I was quite happy with this position, but maybe there's some tactical possibilities I didn't consider. So like knight at e5, I didn't consider, what I was worried about in this position was simply just this. And yeah, it turns out this is actually perfectly decent for white because it's not clear what I do now, because I could take here, but I feel like this pawn is falling. So this looks natural. So what's the line? Takes. If bishop takes, there's a pin. No, bishop takes looks fine because the queen is defended. Now what's the problem? At c7, king takes c7. I'm trying to see what's wrong with this whole line. Queen d7, queen takes d4. Just following the engine line here until I see what's wrong. Ah, okay, that's what's wrong. Okay. Yeah, and I suspect it's something like this. Okay, which is why I was very concerned. I didn't see the line through, but this is why I was just concerned with a very simple move like this, and I was worried that this pawn was dropping, and I was right to be concerned. But okay, this happened instead, which was much better, I thought, for me. Interestingly, I didn't see I'm supposed to just do this. I didn't think of that. Um, so this happened. I didn't realize he's doing well in this position. I thought I was doing quite well. So, and I thought I was doing well, and only now I'm starting to get worried. Rook takes, bishop takes, and he does have forced mate here. I mean, what I was worried about in this position was just pawn takes bishop and claim he's completely winning, and he is. But apparently he has a forced mate, knight at d7, king c8. He's got another knight for b6. So if I take, he's just getting an extra pawn, so maybe I just don't take. But then knight d5. So maybe step back. And apparently queen b8. Okay, takes. Put this knight to b6, covering these two squares. Okay, I'll take it. And then checkmate. Uh-huh. Okay. So that's how you do it. Okay. Is there any easier mate? Probably there's an easier mate. But that's really impressive because the bishop is, it looks like it's defending everything. So yeah, that's okay. So there are other mates apparently which are more natural. So bishop at d6, cutting off the bishop's defense. So you have to take with the bishop, but then c takes, e takes, knight takes a8, and you can try to run, but you won't get very far because um, I'm struggling seeing mate in one. Queen here is mate. Yeah, queen here is mate because these squares are cut off, and the queen cuts. Okay, so that's much more natural. Okay, so he had a very obvious mate here, but no, he plays this and this. And notice if I go to, this is funny, if I go to c7, he has takes here, getting a knight, and then I'm finished again, because he keeps the checks. Whereas going here, there are no checks, because the bishop is guarding all the checks. And he did this, which is natural, but now I have the sneaky knight a3, takes here, and apparently I have a slightly faster mate with queen d4 straight away, and another queen f2, or if he blocks queen here. So yeah, I'd forgotten I had two queens. If I only had one queen, by the way, then I still have queen at f2, cutting the king off. Very beautiful. Yeah, this is really beautiful. So the bishop cuts the king off this way, the pawn cuts the king off here, and the queen cuts the king off. So simple. Queen check, blocking the king off, and any check is mate. So pawn here check is mate, knight here check is mate. The queen hiding down here is mate. Pawn here, yeah, so pawn here, knight here, a new queen here is mate. Okay, so that's the way you mate. You block the king off. But okay, what I did instead was I brought the knight back in here, and unfortunately in this position, yeah, let's see, if I'd used up my queen already, then it's not so easy. But again, the idea of blocking things off is really important. Block him off from running. Blocks. And this queen is too useful here. So let's just try it. Queen here takes here. Do I still have mate? So the answer is yes. So one way is block him off, put a pawn f2, another pawn, takes, and if he takes, this is checkmate. So instead he runs up, takes, and the point is you can take that queen, but then a bishop protects the knight and is checkmate. So this is another really powerful example of two bishops of opposite colors, 3 apart, two diagonals 3 apart like this. control a lot of squares. So that would be one way of mating, and the other way of mating is just trying to learn mating things. Queen here, king here, and then this is what I was actually planning in the game. This idea of if the king runs, drop a pawn, take here, and it's a double check, so he has to take it and then use the rook to deliver mate. So this is actually what I was planning in the game, but instead he blocked with the rook, so I couldn't do this. So I had to do this and this. But yeah, interestingly, if I had only one queen, I didn't necessarily use the right mating technique, because if I did this and rook here, okay, apparently I still have mate, but it's not an easy one. Queen takes rook, king takes queen, at f3, okay, and why can't you just dodge? Rook at e2, dodge. Again, rook takes bishop, he hides away, and suddenly he's winning. Although it says he's not winning. This is kind of fun. It says he's not winning because... Why is he not winning? Apparently you have to take with the rook, because otherwise there's some mate. At g2, rook takes g2, takes, king takes. I mean, we're just having some fun here, aren't we? Bishop f3, king h3, bishop g4, and he can never come here because it's mate, so he comes back. And he can never go here either, because then it's also mate. So that would have been a draw. Okay, but getting a bit distracted. The point is you don't take that bishop. Instead, you do this, always keeping check. Then you take the bishop with check, and then knight e3 check. If king h1, just diagonal mate, so he has to go king h3. Okay, so we're opening up the queen. Why can't you just take it? Bishop g4, and we're going to take on here if we can. King h4, rook takes h2, king here, and I think we've got him. I think we've got him. The king has no more squares to go to, so rook here is checkmate. And we could also get it just by picking up the queen. Queen takes, bishop takes would also work, but even nicer, rook h5 is checkmate. Okay, so we're just having fun with trying to train our mating ideas. So there was still a mate here with queen takes rook, but I should have gone, if I was more accurate with my mating and didn't realize I only had one queen, I should have done this and then this classic sequence of taking the rook and putting a rook on e1. Okay. Simon says, I saw the queen at g1 idea, but that f2 idea is a real beauty. Yes. Yeah, it's all for fun. Okay, so we'll come back here to the lichess study. So I like the Crazyhouse 960 is the top featured thing on lichess, and we are studying within lichess study, so that's cool. Let's go back to pychess and let's get another game underway. My throat's going. So who's leading now? Morlock. Oh my goodness, unbeaten. Let's open up a drink. God, it's really hot in the UK. So with 1 hour 50 of this arena to go, and I'm against ASD FISUAHW, which I'm sure stands for something. Okay, what do I think about this position? So first thing to do is just check weak pawns, and you want to develop the queen, so that's promising, but don't want to block in this bishop particularly, so want to go to here if I can. Maybe, therefore, I do this. It covers up that weakness and it prepares this. And then this will come as well. So that's my current plan. And I don't see any reason why I can't. Okay, something I should have been aware of is he could go takes, and these sorts of ideas. So got to be careful. At least pawn takes pawn. He can't take back because the bishop. Okay, so he's hitting me with tempo. That's annoying. I've got to be very aware of this. like if I had, I mean, this is a crazy old position, isn't it? I mean, if I could do lots of moves, I'd go here, here, and here, checkmate. That's not how this game works, though. But it's just a fun idea. Okay, I'm going to put this here, so it's around my king. But I'm not getting to do the move. Yeah, I am. I'm getting to do the move I wanted. That's the move I wanted. Just get the other bishop out. And I think, yeah, this is okay. I have a weakness here, but it doesn't really matter. So it's okay, my position. I'm going to do this, and it's sort of tempting him. I'm not sure if I should be tempting him to do that. It's either tempting him to put a pawn on, which would be wonderful. It blocks his queen. Yep, I need to develop. So I need to do this. Got to, yeah, this square is defended, so that's good. Okay, I'm going to put more pressure on this square. I'm not worried. I mean, this square is super well defended. So I'm not. The only square I'm slightly worried about is this, and for the moment, the bishop is guarding it. So, and I have to think. So usually, to develop bishops, you just need to open lines. But if I actually want to get the bishop off the back rank, because I want to castle, then this queen move wasn't ideal. But I think it's quite good because I've got pressure on here. I think I'm forcing him. I'm not forcing him, but encouraging him to block himself up. But he decided he doesn't need to block himself up, so okay, that's annoying. Because I'm not sure what my follow-up is. You have to also be aware queen takes knight is kind of... No, I've got pawn takes and the h6 square is covered. Okay, that's good. That's reassuring. Now the other idea I saw was knight here, hitting the bishop, and there's no obvious square for the bishop. So that will give me a bishop in hand. I like that idea. And a move I'm slightly worried about is pawn here. Not quite sure what I'm doing against that. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I'm kicking away the queen. That's the basic problem. So what I really want to... I wish I could take here and have some fork, but I don't. I don't control this square well enough. So, interesting idea. I have bishop here, and if pawn here, just take it. And if takes, then takes. It's an interesting idea. Oh, hang on. Takes, and if... Yeah, it's just an interesting idea. If takes, 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 but it's really risky. It's really risky. I don't know. I'm gonna... Yeah, this is not going to be right. Oh, and then I've just moved my bishop off this thing. I was just saying how the bishop is so good protecting h6, and now it's not there. Okay, but it's fine. It's fine. Takes, takes, knight here. I still got here. Okay, let's do this. This is not wise at all, but I was feeling super aggressive. Now my idea was to take here and this, and I'm threatening checkmate. That was like the whole concept of putting a pawn here and grabbing the rook. That was the concept. I don't believe it, to be honest. Don't believe it, but that was the idea. Again, he could take the knight, but this is a checkmate threat. So always, if I'm threatening mate next move, he has to do something, and then I have hope. But otherwise, I have to start defending, and maybe I'm okay. Maybe I just rip off this pawn, and I'm okay. He has a knight to attack me with. That's the only problem if I do that. So maybe the other approach is I start defending. Yeah, the thing is, he can always rip off this knight, and then knight at a6 is a problem. Sleipner says, time to give this ZH960 a try. Yeah, so here's the tournament. No, that's not the tournament link. That's the PGN for the last game. You just go to pychess.org and I should just paste, there we go, copy that link. For anyone interested in actually joining this arena, it's a $20 prize arena. I'm going to choose a random game using this at the end of the arena. And let me just paste it here if I ever want access to it again. The winner of the random game will win $20. Okay, so really impressive, really impressive. He's defending. I do have rook here. I like this. Oh no, but then I lose my rook. But I get a knight. Okay, I'm going to do this. So very simple, just takes here as the threat. I've got to be careful because takes rook here sometimes could be an idea, but it's okay because fortunately pawn drops are covered. Okay, so that's very important. If pawn drops weren't covered, he would have rook at c8 takes and pawn here, and then I'd be forced to take because if I go back, queen here is mate, and then he'd have pawn takes knight, and he keeps on going. Queen would take here, and he'd have checkmate. So I'm very fortunate that this knight is protecting. Zeraza, hello. And Apostatlet, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, glad to see people enjoying the Crazyhouse 960 and enjoying it on lichess because I'm analyzing each game after I play it on lichess. So it's a lichess stream. We're just playing the game and then we're taking our time analyzing it. So what's my threat here? My threat is actually knight here check, picking up the queen, but also queen takes bishop. So there are two squares which are problem squares. So you can be very logical here. How do you defend these two squares? There's only one piece that can defend these two squares. It would have to be a rook. And I think that's true. But then the problem with the rook is I just do this anyway. And you don't want me to take the queen with check, so you'd have to take it. And then I've got queen takes rook. And then I'm still threatening queen takes bishop, but I'm also threatening rook at c1 with knight takes, queen takes, checkmate. So then I'm threatening this piece and this piece, and there's no piece that can defend those two squares. So that's the situation. Apostatlet says, that's a really cool way to do the prize. Makes it so that even us weaker players have a chance, but without ignoring performance, since you increase your chances of winning with each game you win. Exactly. I want to reward participation, but I don't want people just playing as many games as possible. So just give it to a random game. And then people just give up easily and so on. So I want to reward skill as well, and so it means the stronger players will have a higher chance, but anyone has a chance. So yes, that is exactly the logic. And just to say, oh yeah, he plays this, so we're just going to do what we analyzed. And just to say, the reason I'm co-organizing this with CNO and Adet 2510 because I won a CNO cage fight against Neo Matrix, who was a 2200 player. He's probably a better player than me, but I managed to win. And so I'm using that $20 prize to sponsor this arena, which I was going to sponsor anyway. Now, this is very nice because I thought I was going to do this, but he's just doing knight takes. That's really annoying. So I'm going to have to take the bishop. And it's fine because, yeah, I'm still sorted. Because if he blocks with the knight, he's making a crucial mistake. And it's a very easy mistake to make. Because then I've got queen takes knight. Yeah, he fell into this trap, and he has to take with the knight. And then I've got smothered mate, and he's seen it now. Okay, good game, good game. So what I'm doing is I'm playing a game on pychess. I'm then going to clicking analysis, and you can request analysis within pychess. But I'm not doing that. No, no, no. I'm taking the PGN, selecting or copying it, and going to a lichess study, because lichess studies are wonderful. and that's why this is a lichess stream. I want to promote lichess. And pychess and lichess are good friends. And you click on PGN, paste the PGN here, and we try and learn from our mistakes. And within lichess, you can even, I don't usually do this, request a computer analysis within the study. I don't usually do that because usually I want to take time looking myself and have a more human analysis, but okay, let's do it. Let's be a bit lazy this game. So okay, this game, this feels fine. So around my king. So I'd say the point where I was worried was, yeah, when I did this, I didn't like that move at all. And so if it comes back and tells me that was a blunder, I think that's quite likely. So this is getting the queen out very early. What's the counter? lichess says go d5, a3. What's this? No, d5 is beautiful. So if d5 takes, queen takes e3. So it's that concept I was trying to go for, but without sacking a piece for it. So yeah, so here, bishop takes d5 is actually nice, but apparently I have to go knight takes. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And only now go queen takes bishop, because this pawn is just too dangerous. So he made a mistake now. Yeah, this is the game losing mistake. So he should just continue the attack. After which I want to put a pawn here and I want to take here in one move. Now I don't want to lose a queen because otherwise this is just mating me, I'm sure. Like imagine if I did this, this, and then did pawn here. Yeah, then knight to a6 is mating me because I can't take it or queen here is mate. So I have to do this, but now takes. Have I missed something? Yeah, I've missed something. It's takes. Yeah, I missed this. So a little intermezzo. The reason you're putting the piece on d7 is not because you want to take on d7, just you want to block off this d7 exit. So when I take here, I have to go this way, and I'm in a box. So if this had come, then apparently probably I'm expecting this. Yeah, that's a mate in 4, so it's still not the end of the world, but it's not as clean. I'm still in a box, but it's not as clean. Okay, so that's why I can't go that way round. And if I do this way round, which is probably what I was planning on doing, that doesn't work either. So it takes here. The threats are too big on my king. I would like to go queen takes rook, and I'm threatening mate. But again, knight at a6, king takes pawn. Even with the bishop, I'm just coming up queen here mate. Okay, so that was this is the game losing move. And the correct response is queen takes knight, knight here check, knight takes queen. But okay, I did it this way. At d2, knight d3, nice move. Bishop e3, nice move. And now black has an edge, but actually he can survive just by doing this. Rook at c1, king a2. And I don't have that many pieces in hand. So I can take, and go rook again, but he can just go bishop at b1, and his king is, I could take a bishop whenever I want to, but this pawn is not promoting, and apparently I'm doing better, but it's not any big deal. So I could easily lose this game. I can take this one, he can take this one, and then I can take this and maybe mate. But okay, so maybe he doesn't take this. What does he do? Queen at e2. Okay, so yeah, rook takes bishop and rook takes g1, b1 is coming. So it is a difficult position for white. But so then this turns out to be a mistake because I have mate here. I didn't see this. Of course, I should have seen this. It's a smothered mate. I should have seen this. So that's a bad miss. I had mate. Instead, I did the slower approach, which I explained on stream. Queen takes d2. Knight here I have a smothered mate. He has to go bishop at c1 if he really wants to survive. A little bit longer. And the move here is Queen takes c1, queen takes d5. Yeah, queen takes d5 is good, just to clear away the attacker. Queen takes c1 apparently is interesting as well. Pawn here, knight here, rook at c1 is coming. So what defense do you have? Yeah, there's no defense. You just have to run away, and there's no defense. Okay. So anyway, at least I've got now 3 wins, so 3 chances to win the raffle for $20. It's like to win back my own $20. Let's see the chat. Chessy Club. Hi there. Madalena, she was here at the beginning. F Gala, are you streaming? Yep. Yep, we're both streaming, it seems. That's nice. Seaflower saying I'm live. That's nice. And what's fun about this arena is that in the league, everyone plays players of the same strength. And so all the 1600s are just the guys who did better than their own strength. And the 1300s are the people who did worse than people of their own strength. So the nice thing about this arena, it's a rated arena, and it allows the strong players to keep on gaining ratings. Someone took down Terra. Now let's look at that. That is fun. So Chessy Club managed to take down Terra 87, who was at 1989. So that's like that's a very high rating. Oh, okay. I was saying this is a very exciting game, taking down Terra, but it looks like Terra just timed out on move 1, so that's just sad. I'm in a game against Special Agent Fish. Okay, so I'm going to do this because it opens up my queen, my rook, and my bishop, even before thinking properly. These are all squares, are all defended. Maybe this is, yeah, it's still defended by the knight, but I've got to watch out for this. Yeah, this square in particular might be something to watch out for. Okay. At some point, this might be coming, so I'm just going to do this. Open up this diagonal. Yeah, he's got the same idea. That's the only problem. If I do this, yeah, this is opening up a lot of weaknesses. That's the problem. So what do I do? It would be great if I could push this and this, but that's not going to happen. If I push this, he pushes this, and this square. Gosh, this square is weak. This isn't very enlightening, is it? I'm going to go here. No, I mean, I could go here and here. The problem is he's got this and takes knight ideas. So I'm thinking for a really long time here, trying to figure out how to play this. Okay, why am I thinking so long? I don't like going f3 because there's nothing defending the f2 square. So do I do this and this? Yeah, that's not entirely stupid. But this square becomes so weak is the problem. So I'm not sure if fianchettoing this bishop was really a great idea, but maybe he also fianchettos, so this becomes weak. And if I want to attack it, I need to get a knight to here. Okay. Maybe just take the knight out. And do crazy things, like if he attacks it, go here. I mean, this seems completely crazy. I mean, it's really tempting to do this. Okay, I'm actually going to do it. Now that does give him a knight. So he does have moves like knight here. Check, takes, and bishop takes rook. What a crazy idea. What a crazy idea. Okay, so I'm just going to just do this. And yeah, I don't like those ideas. So do I push? Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to push. This square for now is defended, and it's don't necessarily like what I've done, but my plan is a bit slow, but it's to try and get to work on. I want to do this. He could just take, take, take. A slight problem, but I don't know. Maybe it gives me a knight, so maybe that's good for me because his king is open, so he doesn't really want to trade too much. But otherwise, and if he doesn't, then I can keep on working away. Interesting position because I've sacked a piece, but his king is quite open. Um, so he's threatening this. I don't really believe it. So because I don't believe it, I'm going to go here and attack those two knights. It's actually a very general principle. If there's a opponent piece in your half of the board, it's quite a good idea to kick it. I mean, if I just continue developing like this, that's good as well. But the danger is a piece in your half of the board could support another piece in your half of the board. So the reason I don't believe it is here, just take, take, bishop takes, and here, takes, takes, king here. I don't see a good follow-up. But if he retreats, then yeah, I mean, if he retreats, that's giving me everything I want as well, in a way. So, I mean, I can take a knight. Now I've got a pawn and a knight. Well, I'm going to use the knight, obviously, to check him. And if only I had more material, right? I'm thinking about pawn here. And the problem is just simple moves like bishop, bishop. So I haven't got what I want. Yeah, so bishop here, pawn here, bishop takes queen, pawn takes pawn, just simply bishop takes pawn. So real problem I have. I don't, he's, yeah, this knight check was a very bad idea because it's a hanging piece. It's a hanging piece. I don't control this diagonal properly. Oh, I do have an idea though. I do have an idea, which is I can go here and then here, check. And the queen controls this square, the knight controls these two squares, and that means I can finish off with the pawn. I'm just so, I have to say I'm very pleased about this game. Um, yeah, I haven't missed anything, right? Yay! Okay, I'm just super pleased about that game. That was so I go analysis, click analysis. You can request analysis within pychess. but I recommend you go to lichess, because lichess studies are the best. And you go add a new chapter, and you don't even need to choose Crazyhouse. You just click on PGN and paste in the PGN, and it automatically picks up who played the game, even though it's over on pychess. And because I'm white, you can press the settings button and orient it from white's perspective. And let's see, what should I have done first move? G3 is good, E4 is good. What's the second move? D4. Yeah, I was regretting this later, but engine actually quite likes bishop G2. And then it wants E3, C3, D3, some kind of just controlling the center attempt. Bishop G7. This is a bit ambitious. Knight takes C7, just going for it. C3, okay, I think, yeah, because I was even considering at C3 in this position. That's how worried I was about this diagonal. And rightly so, because if I just do nothing, if I just do a move like this, what I was worried about was knight at A3. But Stockfish even wants knight at A4. And if C3 now, there are too many pieces hitting C3. He just sacks on C3, and I'm basically lost. So C3 first is good. And the reason why it was okay to just go C3 not at C3 is the knight is covering C2. So it wants to go king b8 to get the king out of harm's way, but okay, he did this. It looks reasonable. D4 is top move. He should at this point find the sack for 2 pawns. And he doesn't want to give me a knight because the knights are dangerous. Actually, the thing to do here is to give away the bishop. And I can't really attack the king with the bishop. And the knight has onward plans of like taking here. This is an idea to open up my king a bit, sacks a pawn. So bishop at c3. Bishop at c3, he can just... Oh yeah, that pins my knight. So this is how it could have continued, for example. So anyway, unclear. But okay, he did this. I went for his knight. Okay, so apparently he still has a slight edge. Now that's impressive. So even knight b2 is an idea. I didn't see this at c6. So at c6 to cover the knight checks. So I could grab a knight, but his king is very safe. Okay, and then the game goes on. But okay, instead this happened, and yeah, this is a slight weakness because he gives me the knight. But yeah, I don't think I did the... maybe bishop f4 check is an idea. The knight, what I found, was a bit weak. But the thing to do here was king d8, apparently. Pawn here, king here, and then if I come up with this knight d3 idea coming to here, he can simply defend. And rook g8, I mean, that's a brave move. Just back off so that when you do this, just back off. But that's a brave move. I mean, is it a more obvious thing to do would have been, yeah, something protecting this square. Now I just don't understand. It wants this? I don't understand. This check? Oh. Oh, I see. The bishop d5 covers c6. Okay, that's brave. Okay, so what happened in the game was this. And again, he could have gone bishop d5 just to cover c6. But, okay, so what happened in the game is knight d3 first. And he has to pay attention to the threat. The threat is this and this checkmate. And he didn't, and the checkmate came. But I was very pleased about the mate. I'm just way too satisfied with that mate. Okay, so it's cool. We're enjoying studying Crazyhouse 960 on lichess. Let's see how the tournament is getting on. So Morlock has had his first loss against Entitled Untitled. Seems mean to look at the one game he's lost, given he's won so many. But let's just have a quick look. How do you take down Morlock? Let's take a look. How does someone take down Morlock as white in Crazyhouse 960? So the answer is, ooh, that's an interesting one. Rook e2. Oh, that was a nice check. That was a nice check. Oof, oof, painful. Okay, that's, yeah. No, I mean, that was a nice check found, and this is not the right way of dealing with it. Yeah, and knight takes g5 was beautiful. Oof, everything's collapsing. Yeah, just things can go wrong very suddenly. Okay, now it's very unfair on Morlock, obviously, because he's just won like so many games. Um, and let's see if he's playing one at the moment, or if he's waiting for one. Not sure. Well, Clearcast and Morlock have both won a good number of games, so when it comes to the lottery of which game will win the $20 prize, they've got lots of candidate games. So Bughouse Knight is in and Mugwort is in. How fun. Mugwort is awake in Australia, about 10 hours ahead of us. That's fun. Entitled and Untitled seems to have also be waiting for a game, is it? And I'm still struggling to get into top 10, although I've had a nice streak of 4 in a row. Others have won more or played more. Who else is in it? Metin played a few, but stopped now. And I'm in a game. I'm in a game against GB Tammy, the founder of this site. Excellent. Okay, so I'm drawn by this. Get the bishop open. I'm I should say this after I've thought about the first move. Okay, but I'm also drawn by this because it's developing the bishop and the queen, and I'm drawn by this because knight in the corner needs to be developed. Hi there, PKR. Got to get back to work, but it was fun to play a few games and break the elusive 1500 barrier. Yeah, it's tough because in League you're only playing against players of the same strength. That was actually the motivation for this prize tournament. I wanted to... Okay, I'm going to grab the center first because he's not threatening it. I just missed. He did have this check, which is sort of annoying. And I want to do this, but this pawn is hanging. First rule, I'm going to make a little guide. I'm going to make a little guide to Crazyhouse 960 as a sort of going over the games of the league, which is just finished, the Crazyhouse 960 league, and the first rule of Crazyhouse 960 is it is chess, so don't hang pieces. So I almost hung this pawn. Now I'm always a little bit worried about the check, but I've always got this. Still, maybe I should do this and this. Really, in normal 960, you really want to grab space. In Crazyhouse 960, you have to be a little bit careful because space is wonderful, but it creates holes. Like if I do this and this suddenly becomes a hole. It's probably okay though. I'm going to do it. But I just have to be aware I have a hole here and a hole here that wouldn't exist in normal chess. In normal chess, I'd have a knight guarding this one and a bishop guarding this one. And I wouldn't need to be worried about these holes. But in Crazyhouse 960, it's a different game. So I have to be a little bit careful. I want to take this, and the only reason to doing this is if I think I don't really have holes and I'm okay. Do I really think that? And the other option is to just push, and then I'm sort of staring at this square. Yeah, I mean I quite like this because my reason for doing this is because he's put the pawn here. Where's this knight going? It has to go this way, and then this becomes a weakness. So that's why I'm pushing, even though this makes this bishop look silly. I'm trying to look at this e6 square as a potential weakness, but the other thing I'm really thinking is, can I ever get a knight on? Can I ever get a knight? Hang on a second. If I just go back a move, Yeah, I never had this check because he had this. Okay, yeah, okay, fair enough. See, where I really want this bishop to be like here. Um, where's the knight going? The knight's coming out here. I'm thinking of pushing here again. But the knight comes out, and then maybe I don't really know what I'm doing here. So I'm in a kind of, what do I do? What do I do? Um, so developing is good. I just need to be aware of weak squares. So this is defended. This maybe one way of controlling weak squares is just to get the rook out. That's a fun idea. Okay, I'm going to do this. So just trying to get a bit of a positional bind. Not sure if it's wise, but that's the concept anyway. And then I'm thinking about where this bishop really belongs. Okay, so this is very interesting. He's just created a huge weakness on e6, but I can't take it because otherwise knight takes e5. But no, e5 is protected by the bishop. Okay, so everything's still under control. Big positional weakness though on e6. And that makes me want to trade. And I've just let my clock run down only 2 minutes. I really need to. Okay, so positional weakness on e6. Where's the knight going? Probably just back. Is there something else I can do more forcing? Like knight here. This is defended for now. There's also this. Okay, and I'm struggling seeing because this he could just move back, and I don't really have a good follow up. I just need to say where are my weaknesses. He's got pawns pushing. I'm going to do this. My king is okay for now. Bishop seems to be controlling the square. Just what? Yeah. This I keep on worrying I'm dropping this pawn. Actually, that's never really working because because the bishop is doing a great job. Okay, so he defends this pawn with the bishop. Interesting. And I want to say I have something here, but I don't see it. Um, yeah, I don't see it. So the problem is this is he probably just takes with the knight, takes, and then what do I do with my knight? And I've got no time. This is terrible. Um, I've got no time, but I feel like I should have something here. Oh, I've got 32 seconds. Okay, so what do I have? Takes. Okay, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with this. And see, it doesn't have bishop takes there. And now I can come up with my knight if I want to. Or is there another move? That seems reasonable. So that cuts off the escape that way. Oh, but he can just step back. But then I have knight here, check. And that's checkmate. Ooh, that was fun. Lots of fun mates in Crazyhouse 960. Okay, so I click on analysis board. I scroll down to get the PGN. I copy the PGN and then I go back to lichess because lichess studies are the best. And I paste it in, and we have another nice game. And I'm going to try and see what did we both do wrong. So apparently it's a nice opening from him. This is a huge mistake because he has Queen A4 hitting this pawn. And why can't I just defend it with... Oh, he's defending... Yeah, I see. He has a fork, which I completely missed. So the beginning of this game, he has a fork, which I completely missed. For several moves, in fact. And only now the fork goes away. And here, was this a good idea, this move? Okay, it's not terrible, but other ideas were bishop g5, and if f6, just back off. And I've created a weakness on e3, e6. That's a really nice idea. And if he does knight f6, then I have a quick castle. And so I'm in the game. The dark squared bishop is not staring at my king. So I've got quite a safe king, and I can begin to play. So it's a pleasant position, nothing huge. But instead I went for this kind of positional bind. Apparently taking it en passant was good. But okay, it likes what I did too. Knight g3, again, Engine really likes what I did. Being very patient, not going straight in for e6, and going in for f6. But okay, I went in for e6 now. And actually, to be honest, what I was expecting here was takes, takes, bishop takes, knight at f6, takes, takes. With the bishop now in hand, I thought this would be slightly annoying, but the engine is just laughing and saying, at d3 with pawns and knights in hand, what's the idea? Just take it, bishop takes knight, pawn takes, and then he wants to just drop a pawn on c2, and my position is being ripped apart apparently. So I didn't see this coming at all. So there we go. Knight at f3 is coming. So I could take it, but this comes back. Okay, so that's how Jibitami could have crushed me. That's the game. This game. As Ufostat says, my rating right now is 1666, the year of the Great Plague of London. Okay, so but instead, this, I was in time pressure here, and I think he was just trying to increase the time pressure, but this is a big mistake. I get another pawn, I'm threatening at f7, I'm promoting to get a queen here. So he tries to stop this, but now I have another, now I'm using the knight to, straight away, he has to sack the queen here, and he doesn't sack the queen, and I kind of deliver a pretty lucky mate. If he goes the other way, I don't have a pawn in hand, but apparently just queen takes pawn is powerful, because you can try and take it at e6 is mate. And if you don't take it, then I'm coming in queen e6 mate. So it's hard to defend. But okay, you went the other way, and then I'm lucky that this is checkmate. So that's kind of pretty. Knight at h6. And I was always actually eyeing knight on h6, even like all the way back here. Realizing this is a potential in this position here. Even here, I think. I was thinking, because if ever I had a knight h6 is a kind of annoying move. It stops black from ever castling. But so it's funny how knight h6 turned into the mating move right at the end. Okay, so let's go back. Let's just share again the tournament link in case anyone in lichess wants to join the tournament, because we're analyzing the games on lichess, but we're still playing them over on this pychess site, and which is like a brother of lichess, and this is co-organized with CNO Adet 2510 of CNO, with a $20 prize to the winner of a random game from this arena to encourage both participation and skill. Oh, and I'm in the top 10 at least. So Buckhouse Knight has just broken 1900. So just to show you on this site, 1900 is like the top players are 1900. So Crazyhouse 960, the top player is Clearcast 1904. Buckhouse Knight is 1900. So Tashak in between 1901, so and Mugwort 1886. Those are the 2700s, as it were, on this site. So, what's nice about tournaments like this is it allows ratings to stabilize, because we're just coming to the end of a Crazyhouse league where everyone plays players of similar strength, which means if you end up getting beaten lots by 2700s, you could end up being a 1300 on this site. So this is a nice arena where the strong players have a chance to play the weak players as well as players of their own strength. So it encourages more, yeah, games between all rating difficulties. You're not just playing um, blunderful games with people of the same difficulty. You're also seeing the awesomeness of the great players. Oh, it seems like Bughouse Knight has stopped. Still an hour to go in the tournament, but you see each game you win is going to be like a lottery in the raffle. So we see here games played 11, and he's won 10 games. That's going to be 10 games that Morlock will have in the raffle. Bughouse Knight will have 8 games, and so on. And we're going to put all of those games into a number wheel, and it'll choose one game, and the winner of that game will get the $20 prize. And it's co-organized with Adet 2510 of CNO, of Nigerian Crazyhouse. So lots of people watching the tournament, so it's good stuff. Saraza, Tommy Tao, Entitled, Untitled, F. Gala, Blunderman 1, and Adet himself. I wonder if it's still being streamed. It's 54 people. Nice number of people. Pairings have been okay. I mean, they've been a little bit slow, which you'd expect, but that's okay. Slow pairings also means we have a chance to take a look at some interesting games. So let's actually take a look at how Bughouse Knight beat Mugwort. So again, let's just click on the analysis board, and let's just copy that game over into the study. That'll be a fun one to look at. Any other games? Bughouse Knight also beat PKR. So Bughouse Knight, he's had a really good, might be his first games on the site, but he's had a good sequence of games, and it looks like I'm in a game. So let's hold off from that for a second. Let's see. I'm very worried about this square. This is very concerning. I don't want to trade pawns. Okay, I'm going to just do the same. And I was about to add this chapter, so I'll just quickly paste it in. And I'll look at those couple of games in the breaks. Yeah, I'm very concerned. I'm very, very concerned about... yeah, in fact, I'm so concerned about it, I'm going to push this. So UB Dip, it's got a high rating. I'm not sure how good he is, because I've never played him before, but I recognize the name. Okay, interesting. He goes for the same. This is an interesting idea. What else is interesting? If there's ever yeah, at some point Queen here, Knight here could be an idea if that pawn pushes. How would a knight ever get to here? If it's dropped, or if it somehow made its way there? Just trying to think. Opening up my bishops might also be an interesting idea. How are my bishops going to get active? Because if I could do this, I could do this and this. But then how is this knight going to get active? Okay, I'm going to do this for starters. Just guess we're playing a very symmetric position. I like this. I think I want to get my king out, that's the problem. I want to get my king out of there, but I don't see how I'm doing it. I want to do this and this, but the problem is he's going to get there first. Yeah, so it could be he does this and I do this. And I have to think. So then he gets the pawn trades first. But at least pawns don't hurt too badly, because at h6 is not something. And f6 will still be covered by the bishop, I guess. So this comes, okay. Now, let's see. Okay, I'm going to do this. So he does have this, and I do have this as a counter. It's really rather interesting. I have no idea, but it's really very interesting. And now the threat is this, actually. So, I mean, a very obvious move would be pawn here. But is there time to play it? That's the problem. He does. I mean, knight takes knight. The problem with that is then I'm hitting his knight. So, I don't think he'd want. Don't think he'd want that. So this is a really interesting position because the bishops are in the center, and the king is a little precarious, away from the queen, away from most of the pieces. Notice how weak. Notice how weak the b7, b2 squares are. They are what Joanna Tries likes to call nervous pawns. Ah, I like the approach. I like the approach. So the approach is just to, yeah, very nice. But I think I can still go ahead with this. It does give away an, oh, ooh, maybe I can't because that knight, I was just being so proud of myself. This, but I just completely ignore he has the same idea on me with the knight drop here. So that's not smart. That's not smart. Okay. Queen takes rook. Something has to be, it has to be considered. Queen takes rook has to be considered as a possibility here. Queen takes rook. What about pawn here? So pawn here, bishop takes pawn. Knight takes bishop, knight takes knight. What about pawn here? Okay, I've just got a sense there's something here. So the immediate threat is pawn takes rook, so he does have to take it. Now, what's my idea? My idea is to take it. This is very brave, but my idea is to take here. And get two pieces for the queen and claim that my king is safe. He might do that to stop the mate. That's not a good idea. Well, I can't be so confident. Yeah, I can't be so confident about it not being a good idea. But I feel this should be good. It should be good for black. The king is safe. That's the most important thing. So sure, I've given away the queen, but I have a mate in one threat that has to be addressed. And I'm threatening this, and this, and this, and of course the mate in one. And this check, which isn't anything. Well, they're discoveries, I guess. So yeah, it's not nothing. This and the discovery is not nothing as well. So I think this looks like a winning position. It's just a question of how to convert it. And if I do convert it, I'll be very pleased with this game because I love the beautiful queen sacks. Now I don't have that much material in hand, just a knight. Oh, sorry, just a rook, but so for example, maybe the most stubborn defense would be pawn at b2. Yeah, this I don't like because the pawn at b2, you see, I want to take the pawn, but I don't have enough material in hand to follow up. The reason this is not so good is I have this. Winning the knight. Winning the knight with check, and then one idea is bishop takes pawn check, and he can't go here, but he can still go here, and then rook takes pawn check, king takes bishop, and I wanted to do knight here, but this is covered. It's covered, very much covered. Okay, so I really want bishop takes pawn check to work, but it doesn't. Okay, maybe it does, but it's just going to take calculation. So bishop takes pawn check, king here. What's the finish? If knight here, king takes rook, bishop takes pawn check, king takes bishop. Yeah, so that's not quite working. Okay, so then the other idea is rook takes pawn, which is fun. He only has a queen to block with. So if he gives me a queen, that's probably fine. And if he doesn't give me a queen, he goes here. And then I have pawn there, check. Again, I want this knight at the end, and I don't have it. So I really like rook takes pawn, king here, but I just don't see the follow-up. Pawn here, rook takes pawn, king. Oh, I've got 55 seconds. Okay, I'll just do this. I just don't see it. Okay, I'll just take this one then. Just take all his pieces. Not exactly the prettiest, but it will do the trick. Okay, pawn and oh, two knights. So I should have been able to find something here. So, but yeah, okay, I'm just going to do this. So this is not the pretty way of doing it, but I didn't see the exact mate. So this is just the approach of just take all the pieces, and should be fine. Because he's only got rook and queen to defend, and I'm threatening actually to this. So I'm just basically taking everything and staying very safe. And rook at h1 in the corner. So this, 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 and again, if you're going to give me the queen, then that makes things even easier. If he doesn't give me the queen, then I expect he'll be mated anyway, so it should be a straight. I need a pawn probably for the mate, but okay, now the king is kind of stuck. Oh, that just gotta be careful. Let's see. Where's a check? I mean, 27 seconds, and I can't see a good check. Oh, there's a check here, and this has got to be mate. Gosh, that took me ages. And if he comes this way, then this is mate. Okay, so is this check? Okay, so this check is not mate immediate. Okay, so I'm going to throw in this check anyway, and that is not mate. Now I'm worried. Now I'm worried because anything can happen. God. Okay. Knight takes pawn, just bring another piece in. He's still got running back. Oh, what have I done? Knight takes pawn. Rook here, check. Okay, I'll take this one. So I'm threatening this. Okay, let's block. So he's winning a knight. Take this. And that's defending his king as well, so it's a good move. And okay, this bishop is still protecting everything. So the threat is just, yeah, I don't know. It's not quite powerful enough. Okay, I can't just take it. Let's do this. Oh, he's got king takes rook. That's not good. Got to be careful. What do I do? I'm going to do this. What have I done? I've got some knight checks. Not sure they do anything. I've made a hash of this one. Played such a nice game and then made a hash of it. Okay, just do this. Just backs off. Okay, I'll do this. Pinning the bishop, try and get in on the dark squares. Looks like he's in time pressure as well, so we can find some comfort in this. Do this. And have I tricked him? Have I tricked him or not? Did I mess up? I just messed up. I should have gone pawn check, right? And left the bishop for here. Oh, I made a mess of it. And now he's got all the material in the world. And 14 seconds. Ugh. Okay. Why is that not mate? Why is that not mate? Okay, if I can take the queen with check, that's good. But what if I can't? What if I can't take the queen with check? Okay, just got to take this. It's got 14 seconds to figure it out. Okay, just have to block. Nine seconds. Okay, defend. And knight check. Okay, I'll take this one. I think he got me. I've got no blockers. So queen here's mate. Oof. Oh my goodness. Why do I lose this game? That's going to be painful. Congratulations, Ubi Dip. So we're going to take it over to lichess. Head it into PGN. That's a painful game. Did I should like this position. Rook takes b3. And here I thought for a long time because I couldn't see the mate. And in the end I just went for taking all the material and creating a huge weakness. And this can't be bad. Takes, takes, takes. But I still couldn't find, and he didn't even give away his queen at this point. Knight at b1 I found, and it is mate in 2 here, and I didn't see it. So this blocks c5 check, c takes d5, and rook at d4, simple, rook at d4, rook at, oh yeah, this pawn is protected. Rook at d4, simple mate, but by doing this, he starts running, and now he takes the knight. The knight was protecting the run back, as it were, and just makes my life so much more difficult. Yeah, here I didn't realize I had this to pick up the queen, and I'm still very safe. Did this instead, and I'm still completely winning, but have to find accurate moves. Maybe I'm not completely winning. It's looking tough, but I'm sure I've still got stuff. Yeah, this is not the right approach. My rook's hanging. So what is the right approach? Because obviously I can't take this knight. I think that's walking into mate. Knight at c6 takes, queen here, block, knight here. That's a very pretty mate. I didn't see that particular mate. But so I can't take the knight. I have to do moves like bishop at f6. Okay, interesting. So if takes, just making sure I'm protected here. And the game goes on. It's very complicated. At d7, takes, well, okay, so it's unclear. But okay, I did this, lost the rook, and I still felt I gave myself chances. Yeah, with this little trick, getting his king here. Bishop at b6 check is correct, apparently. d1 is queen is a nice little idea. And now, I'm sure I had something. Queen takes d3. What's the correct approach? I had to do this. Threaten mate next move. And the king's in a box. And apparently it's impossible to stop the mate because it's this one and this one are both checkmate, and it's impossible to stop both. And apparently my king is safe. So that would have been neat. So I did this, but I didn't realize. Yeah, pawn takes knight is so nice because the rook covers. Hang on a second. Pawn takes knight. Why can't he just protect? Like protect h6 somehow. Like, uh, yeah. How do you protect h6? That is the problem. There's no real obvious way of protecting h6. Maybe. What about queen here? a6 anyway. Ah, okay, yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, yeah, that's why it can't be stopped. Whatever you do, takes back. Yeah. Obviously, this is a little trick because you can't take here, because otherwise, bishop here check, king here, knight here check, king here, and rook here checkmate. Okay, so his king ran. Did I have another chance in this game somehow, like another swindle opportunity? Not really. Yeah, he converted completely accurately at this point, and yeah, he got me nicely. Okay, painful game, and UB Dip continues his good form. I wonder, I yeah, this on UB Dip on. Just trying to remember. I wonder how much Crazyhouse he's played on lichess. Whether he's a strong chess player. 2300 Blitz, 2200 Crazyhouse. So he's probably similar in strength to me, but somehow we've never played Crazyhouse before on lichess, and I went and blew my opportunity to win the Crazyhouse 960, which is a shame. Okay, good game, good game. Okay, back to the tournament, and if anyone wants to join, here's the link again. Who else is playing? So Morlock has stopped playing, and Mugwort has caught him up. And Bughouse Knights also stopped playing. Crazyhouse stopped early after a quick 6 wins, and I'm out of the top 10 again after that loss. "36 minutes to go." Zaraza says, "My trip ends tomorrow and I'm returning home to Moscow." So Zaraza's just been watching, or she's played a few games. Yeah, played a few games on holiday. That's nice. And I was going to have a look at. I mean, there must be lots of interesting games. I was going to have a quick look at how Bughouse Knight managed to take down Mugwort. So just shouldn't go too quickly, but just so picks up a knight. D2 is weak. D2 is very weak. So the concern is there's some sort of idea as bishop here takes. So knight takes bishop and then bishop here. Like nothing immediately. Okay, so then Mugwort had an idea. Interesting. Did he have to do that? Just queen b2. It's fine. Knight takes d4, bishop takes, bishop at d2, and king d1. And say there's nothing else. I mean, yeah, this is defended. So, okay, so he goes for king safety. Yeah, his king does look safe. And Bughouse Knight. Yeah, Bughouse Knight has got the extra material and eventually pushed through and unstoppable position. Okay, I've got to play a game. 26 seconds left. Okay, so let's try and, yeah, let's try not to tilt after such a loss. I think I copy. I'm not hanging a pawn. This is defended, so yeah, I think I copy. This is just opening up the bishops Makes me not want to castle this side of the board, though. That's the only thing. Okay, so if I take, bishop comes out with tempo, but I can't really hit it. So, I mean, I can hit it, but just with another pawn, and I lose my pawn in hand. So, oh, I can hit it. I have this move. I like that, because it's both developing my queen, and it's putting an anchor in the center. So it's nice if you can hit something with tempo. And let's actually just put another pawn here. So we're just kind of grabbing the center. And try and make sure that these key squares around the king are safe. Castles, okay, interesting. So notice how this is going to be a potential weakness, and also this c file is a potential weakness. So I go straight in with d5, trying to get a pawn for a3, but also trying to open up the c file. So I get the pawn for a3. Yeah, there was actually just takes, and I'm not sure whether I was too hasty with the whole strategy. But now I'm in, I feel very committed, like going here, here, before he's had a chance to develop, and then check here. And I'm going to do this because I feel I need to before he has a chance to develop. Now my threat is to take the bishop and get a queen, so that's something he can't really ignore. Put a bishop here because it's controlling lots of squares rather than putting it on h3, just keeping it central. And if he stepped back here, I had a queen invasion, queen here and queen here. So I'm going to do check. And you can just block with the pawn, absolutely. But I thought I could do something here. Maybe I can't. So maybe I was too hasty in my attack. So if I had two moves, I'd go here and here. The problem is I don't have two moves. Bishop takes knight feels like such a waste of such a beautiful piece. I mean, wasting one of his pawns, that's not good enough. I have to just maybe admit I made a mistake, so I'm going to back off. Yeah, that was a mistake. Like that had to come at the right moment, like here, and then takes rook here, here, something. It had to come at the right moment. I checked prematurely, so that's a mistake. And I was thinking of coming back here with ideas of here, but that similarly would be a mistake because he can attack that with tempo. Yeah, this is so. Here is tempting because if you take, queen takes his mate. But he does just simply have like a rook here or here. And giving away a whole queen feels risky. Feels a little risky. So I'm going to do this instead. And again, I've got this, but rook here is again a problem. And all the time, I'm trying to be very aggressive because I want to find the mate, as it were, before he has a chance to put his pieces on the board. Oh, I think he could have taken the bishop straight away, but he decides to go rook here first, which is interesting. But now I can maybe save the bishop. So I'm not sure if that was a correct thing to do, because now I can, what can I do now? I've only got one pawn. This is sort of, why have I not got more pieces? Okay, I could do this. And the idea is hitting the rook with, so if I hit the rook with the pawn, you could still come here. But there must be something I can do here. Okay, I'm going to do it anyway. So if he takes the bishop, at least I take the rook and it's with check. I don't really have anything. It's just, yeah. So I played it quite aggressively and it didn't really work out. So that's life. If he moves the rook, maybe I can save my bishop. Let's think, can I? Yeah, because if I just attack the rook again, he'd just take the bishop. Take the rook and then take this bishop. So he's winning a piece. But if he takes the... So taking the bishop makes sense. Well, it does let me take this pawn. Okay, all the time I have to be very aware, is my king safe? Yes, my king is safe. Yeah, so I'm sort of desperately trying to attack with few pieces, a pawn and a rook in hand. Can I ever bring my queen in? Don't see how. I need more pieces. Give me more pieces. Okay, so I could throw in a check, but actually his king is nice. Is nice where it is. I like it out there in the open. So what I'm going to do instead is I just need to develop. But okay, I'm just going to go here. There's nothing really concrete just yet, but just trying to hit the dark squares around his king. Nice move. Although, I mean, it's a nice move unless there's some mating idea. I'm going to develop again. Now, is there a mating idea? A mating idea would go like this. Check, takes, take, no. Check, so you can't run back this way. Takes, queen takes. No, I'm being too optimistic. Knight here is how you lose everything. Yeah, you can just keep on running back. So anyway, developing can't be bad. Oh, yeah, I mean this, it can go either way. This, knight takes, queen takes, king takes. Yeah, I don't have enough to just sack all and go in. I don't have enough, but still his king is uncomfortable, so it's all good. Yeah, the problem with this is I can just... I don't actually have anything, but I can just win a pawn with this. Okay, and you don't really want to take, oh, the queen comes in and takes with checkmate. Yeah, so that's correct. And now this is kind of annoying. Sort of threatening this, but also threatening pawn here. So let's see what's the right way of doing this. Pick up a rook, takes. Pell Zombie. I can't find Crazyhouse 960 on lichess. you can do Crazyhouse 960 in lichess studies. That's what we're doing. So we're playing a game on pychess, and then we're taking it over to lichess and studying the game. Okay, bishop takes pawn is really interesting. Pawn here. He just goes to here though, and is totally safe. How annoying. Okay, so I'll just try and pick up a rook then. Don't see what it does, but let's do it. Shivashish says, my king dancing nicely. 3 out of 4 of my moves are king moves. So let me just, for those asking where to play, so I'll just paste the link. That's the tournament we're playing. Oh, I just had a wonderful idea. I just had a wonderful idea. I was going to take the rook, and then I had a wonderful idea. See, he can't go here because of this. He has to take it. I can go check and take the rook. Isn't that fun? You can still go back though, but yeah. Not sure what a wonderful idea that was, but just being silly. Okay. What am I doing? Got to be careful because he might have counterplay. Okay, I'm going to go with this. Try and pin up his knight. Maybe take a bishop. Yeah, so Pel Zombie, let me know if you can see what we're doing. So you go to this site, pychess, and you click login top right, and it recognizes your lichess username, and you then go to that tournament, and you can play. And then you can, after the game, you can take the PGN and analyze it in a lichess study. So that's what we're doing. We're okay. Let's do this one. So you can't take it. Can't take it because the knight is pinned. We're going to look after this game and see all the mismates I had. It's going to be very tragic. But I think I've got something now. So if king back, I can't just go rook here straight away because the knight takes. So the obvious thing to do is just grab the defender. And if he takes with the bishop or the queen, then rook here is checkmate. He could take with the king, but bad things are going to happen to him. Or he could do that, but bad things are going to happen to him in that case as well, because I'm getting a queen. So it's just a matter of finding a nice mate now. Well, I'll move this queen in, put another queen here, and put a rook here. That will do it. Maybe there's a cleaner approach, but that seems to work. So even if he blocks with the rook, I can put a queen here and a rook here. Rook takes, queen takes, checkmate. Oof, got to do it in the right order. Queen first, and rook. So okay, really well played, Shivashish. You put up a lot of resistance from a bad starting position. But okay, so what you do, just to explain, I click on Analysis board, scroll down, capture all of the yeah, good game. Capture the PGN, add a new chapter, paste in the PGN, create the chapter, and we can then play through the game and analyze it. So yeah, you're really nice. Yeah, so d4, slight mistake, only because after takes I could hit the bishop with tempo, so I just gained an extra move in the opening. So what would be the correct move here? It says e4 maybe to develop the queen, knight g to f3, so these were just slightly better. But otherwise, first two moves were brilliant. Okay, so now I've just got a slight advantage in tempo, and I should just continue developing, but I played this very aggressively, just going straight in. And the reason why this wasn't necessarily so good, yeah, this was dangerous because putting your king on an open rook file, like I should have won this game really quickly. But so yeah, so the thing to do here was probably just to put pressure on my pawns and give up a piece for 2 pawns. So now we're in lichess analysis. So I should just, for those interested, this is the lichess analysis link. Okay, so that would have been interesting. So castles, you just castle straight into an open file. And I thought I was being smart, but apparently b5 is stronger. Not quite sure why. But against this, there's something, you can go bishop f5, threatening, yeah, my d7's threatening a drop of a pawn on d7, and my d7 square is weak. Rook here, king b1, and the king is out of the file. Oh, that's nice. So your king, and if I just take here, then just relax. So apparently, yeah, this is still, oops, this is still good for black, but yeah, it's not so bad. But okay, so here I get the pawn I want. I stick the pawn here, which seemed logical. I grab another pawn, just going straight in. Takes, takes, takes. And I'm basically looking for a mate in this position. Yeah, I'm hoping you go to here, because then my queen comes in with the checkmate. This, this, and hang on. If the king goes here, my plan was this, and then bishop check. I was thinking, no, not bishop check. No, bishop check allows rook d3 and gives your king an extra square. So this, and this was the checkmate. Okay, I hadn't calculated it all the way. Sometimes you want to block the king's escape, like before it can run, but the problem here is then it's got another square to run to, so it makes life more difficult. But you'd have to pick up the rook. Okay, so you went to c2, which was good, and this is a mistake because you just blocked correctly, and I'm eating humble pie. Okay, I'm just trying to here. Yeah, rook b3 is the right idea, but I think you can take and then go. So queen b4 check. I'm threatening this checkmate. Key move, rook at b3, and you're very safe. You're doing completely fine here. It probably takes first. So here I get to save my bishop. So I'm still doing okay. Apparently I should just sack again. I went for this. Okay, so again I'm still doing okay because your king is so open. And I was actually thinking here of the crazy sacks. Takes, queen takes, king takes. Is there anything here? And there isn't. But that's why I did this move, because if there were anything, it would be like with a knight drop here at the end of the line. But now, Stockfish is saying something different, which is this and then this. And that makes so much sense. And then this. Okay, that's an obvious idea, and I missed it. So deflecting, so you stick there and then deflect the king and then take it. It's just obvious, but I didn't see it. And again, it's the same thing here. Bishop takes b4, knight takes, and then at d4. That's so powerful. At d4, king here, and then queen takes d4. So many threats. With rook at c3, impossible to stop. Like if you do this, you just go rook at c3 anyway, probably. Yeah, rook at c3 anyway. It likes knight at a1 as well. Also interesting. But rook at c3 simply. That's the thing. Even if you take it, it takes. Okay. Bakuz says, there's a book called Humble Pie, When Math Goes Wrong in the Real World by Matt Parker, the mathematician YouTuber. Very entertaining book. Yeah, it's a good subject, when maths goes wrong in the real world. So maths is very powerful, but it can be misapplied or misused. So it's a good subject, and yeah, thanks for the recommendation. So this happened instead, and I should be winning. Did this very chill move. At c3 I would have done if I had another pawn, because then it's supported by the bishop. I didn't see so if you just do this, what's the idea? Bishop a3 here. Bishop takes b2, bishop takes, pawn takes, king takes. I'm not. Oh, king a2. Rook b2. If you go in here, there's a discovery, but if you go here, you can't. Okay, so if you go here, there's discoveries. Oh, I get a knight. Pawn here, bishop takes, king here, and I've got choice of mates. Knight here check, queen here check. So what was the key to this line? The key to this line was, yeah, the key to the line which I missed is this move. Yeah. So pawn here because you're keeping the option open of this one next, whereas this one I lose that possibility. Yeah. So here did this, took the other way, and then this is looks neat, but okay, it doesn't. Rook at b2, very important to pin your knight. Queen b4, king d1, grab your knight, and this is just very hard to defend. Yeah, there's no defending this. Queen at b2 and rook at c1. Okay. Yeah, you need to stop all this happening in the first place, and the way to stop all this happening in the first place was to get your king off this file. Even once this happened, yeah, this is hard to see. Yeah, this sort of stuff. Rook c7 to defend. Yeah, obviously this castle's queenside is the mistake, but even after the mistake, yeah. King b1 is one approach. Another approach, it says, is just chill. e3, e3 here. Anyway, I'm not. Yes, I don't know. This is just complicated now. What? Yeah, putting the king on. Yeah, castling into this is the problem. You castled into an open file. That's the problem. Yeah, these pawns are annoying. I think the real thing is in Crazyhouse, you're very happy to sack a piece for 2 pawns, and you do it. And how am I supposed to defend this pawn? And then you get 2 pawns, and if I've got any weaknesses in my position, you can start harassing me. So that's the approach. You're very happy to. Okay, and it doesn't even want to sack yet. It wants to go knight c2, bishop d6. But at some point you can sack. I mean, so here you're ready, you can sack. Takes, knight takes. I think the reason it does that is this is a really gorgeous bishop. And the reason it's gorgeous is because all your pawns are on light squares. It's really quite good to have a dark square bishop. That's why it holds off sacking. But hang on, it could have just sacked straight away, because you'd still have the bishop. But maybe it's worried about this square. I'm not sure. Apparently it's worried about this. I don't know. I don't see what it's worried about. Okay. Okay, we'll get back to the tournament. Not long left, only 11 minutes to go. Mugwort is killing it, and he's still playing. And while we're waiting for a pairing, let's also have a quick look at how Bughouse Knight, because he's having a good tournament, how he beat PKR. And then after that, I should really look at some games with Mugwort, because he's the one winning the arena right now. So PKR is black. Looks like he's kind of. So takes a knight pawn there. What's the idea? Why not just bishop takes pawn? Bishop takes pawn. Oh, I see. Knight takes pawn, hitting the bishop. Okay, so just check. Black doesn't seem doing so badly, but okay, I need to get variant chess. Okay, let's open up the queen. That's like the instinct. Open up the queen, and notice there's actually a pawn hanging when I open up the queen. Got to be aware of that. Variant chess. Good spot. Spots it straight away. Good spot, good spot. Notice this pawn is also weak. So if he does something like knight here, next move, knight takes pawn is checkmate. Knight takes b2 is checkmate. That's scary. That's like that's some scary stuff happening there. So I'll just do this. That covers this one. He could still be brave and do that, but then maybe I can castle, and I've got time maybe to kick that knight out. He could just sack anyway. My king will look a bit silly. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to castle, so maybe that was still a good move. Okay, I'm going to do this. And the point of this is at least now this is covering this square. So I can just lop off the knight. Yes, nice one. Yeah, so although we're playing on pychess, just want to emphasize, I've been spending at least half the time analyzing over on lichess and showing lichess study features. So that's why we're featured on lichess. This is still a lichess stream, and pychess is just is a sort of a brother of lichess, but um, not directly affiliated with lichess, but they're using each other's. So do I want to castle? I want to take. Yeah, I'm just trying. So I'm still always worried about that my connection's gone down slightly. Um, I'm thinking of this just because I want to keep these two squares under control. Yeah, so I'm a bit worried about. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about this square here. Basically, it's not defended. He could just come and mate me. That's why I'm just trying to keep these squares under control. So pychess was created by GB Tammy. I had a game against him earlier. The flashing is because my internet's just gone down, but we're back. And it's using the lichess open source code to create things which lichess would like to do, but lichess has just got too many people using the site to be able to have Crazyhouse 960 or Bughouse and so on. Whereas pychess might one day have these things. So that is the idea. I've got to decide at some point where my king is going. I'm interested in this square in future. Huh. Okay. I'm very interested in this square. How do I mean, I'm going to do this. And again, I just want to provide extra coverage of this. It's not really what I want, but try to figure things out. Yeah, I'm not necessarily comfortable with my position here. Oh, just goes. I mean, this is defended, this is defended. So I don't understand that move. Yeah, I don't understand that move at all. Um, and if I just return the bishop here, the thing is he is attacking quite a lot, so I still need to be worried about knight here. No, I don't, because I've got the bishop here, check, picks up the knight. Okay. Okay, that's really interesting. I don't need to worry about that. So I could just do this. Very slow move. Slow moves are not usually a good idea. Yes, okay, so he fell into the trap. That's good. So check and pick up the knight. I mean, I'm calling it a trap, but I have no... I mean, it feels good. It feels good. I think that feels good to pick up that knight. Feels like that's a good thing to do. I could pick up a pawn on h7 if I wanted to. I don't know. I just don't see the next move. I don't see the next move. after that. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. Got to just be aware. Is my king safe? Is my king safe? Got to be very aware. He's got no knights, so my king should be safe. Okay, I'm going to take this one. Now he has a knight, so I've got to be super careful about this one. What? I'm just hanging my queen. And also, why didn't I take this pawn? I just took all the wrong pieces. What am I doing? Okay, this is. I didn't want to do this. What am I doing? Knight and sorry, just wasn't concentrating. So that was brave. Just going and hanging my queen. Maybe I can take this knight though. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Take the knight or I take the bishop? I'll take the knight. Okay, that's true. He takes back. That's expected. Now I could always take the bishop whenever I want to. Somehow I just don't feel I have enough here. I'll take the bishop. Just have to take the bishop. And just want to make sure my king is safe, because if he takes the knight, I take back this. Oh, God. Yeah, so my king was not as safe as I thought it was, because I just didn't realize that this square was not defended. And now if I block with the bishop, takes, and he does have bishop here, potentially. I don't see a good follow-up, however. But okay, I'm going to go bishop here to give my king some luft. But he could just take, but that would give me a rook, and it would leave his king a little bit undefended. So only 2 minutes left in the arena, so let's really focus. See if we can get this out. This is the key square I need to defend. So if I get a chance, this is the plan. Hi there, Bakus. Yeah, Thibot doesn't want to bother himself. Chess.com has more players, but they managed to add variants. Yeah, but they have more funding, so yeah. So he has one bishop, but there's no knight checks after this, so I can just take it and I'm safe. And he would lose the defender on his king. That's the problem. So there's actually one key square in my position that if he's smart, he'll notice it. But I think yeah, there is a nasty move here. Let's see if he sees it. I'm not sure if it's good, but it's interesting. Yeah, maybe it's not good, actually. Actually, maybe it is. No, maybe it's not. Yeah, okay. I have a counter idea. Interesting. Ah, maybe it is good, actually. Oh. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think he has a very powerful move in this position. Um, at least it's powerful because I don't see. Yeah, I've got less than a minute on the clock, and I wouldn't really know what to do against it. In that sense, it's powerful. Yeah, maybe I see a defense, but it's still a really tricky move. Okay, that's a good move too. So the move I was really scared of was queen here, and with the threat of bishop here check. And I think I was going to defend with the knight here. So that was what I was really scared of. This one, I'm going to throw in a check and defend those key squares which are all weak. And yeah, maybe I actually just block up this so that, yeah, then that's all defended. Yeah, so just throw in that check so it's all defended. If he takes, that should be fine. Then I'll have a rook in hand and I can cause a lot of trouble with the rook. Yeah, I think a rook will cause him a lot of trouble. Might even, yeah. I think I could mate him with the rook maybe. So, oh. So he's giving me checks. I'll take checks. And I'm giving him bishops. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. But yeah, what's my continuation? What's my continuation with two knights and this and that? My continuation should be I need to be a little bit active. No, I'm not going to be active, I'm sorry. But I should be. I feel I'm being a little bit too passive here. I'm not quite sure. Oh, good move. Oh gosh, yeah, good move. Because the problem is, the reason it's a good move is I don't, yeah. Okay, I was going to take this one and do this, but yeah, good move. I just try to defend the square here. But where's my counterplay? That's the problem. Yeah, so I need moves like this with ideas. Am I missing something? So this is an idea. Okay, this is going to be stressful. Let's concentrate. Okay, so this is easy. Just takes and takes. That's obvious. And he found a check. Okay. Do I take it? Yeah, I'll take it. And here? Does he have another check? That's the question. I'll do my checks. I'll do my checks. Check here. And stop him from running away. That's important. But I don't see. Yeah, I don't see. Ah, okay, I've got to defend. I don't see. I just. Yeah, that's bad. He's got two. Yeah, this is not good. What did I do? It's just bad defense. Ah, he got me. He got me. Yeah, well played. I clearly, well played, Varenchess. I think I must have had a good idea earlier, but well played, taking my last game. Okay, so I think I was too slow. Like in this position here, I'm doing really well. Just bishop takes knight. I mean, so if he just takes, what's the idea? E6. Ooh, yeah. This e6 just to clear away the square for a possible knight and so on. So you can just take e6, but then knight d5 here, knight takes pawn here's checkmate. Yeah, there's so many squares weak. Oh, really well played. Okay, look, then even in this position here, I'm really crushing it. but I don't have a forced mate. I just need to defend, and my first instinct was this, and then I played this, and this is just, it's losing. It's losing, but it shouldn't have, it's forced mate. Okay, that's how bad it is. Yeah, Stockfish doesn't see it. It's mate in 6. Just one tiny error, because it covers up my bishop on e2. Just this. That was my original plan, and I'm completely winning. I do need to take a move out to defend. I can't just go straight in, because this is obviously mating me. Just a bishop here, and like if I go straight in to attack, takes, then I thought you had a mate here, but even then apparently it's not obvious. Queen at e3, king d1. I'm sure you do have a mate here, but it's having difficulty seeing it. So maybe you don't. What up? Just pawn e3, king c2. Maybe I'm surviving this even. Okay, that's quite shocking. But I just needed a move to defend, and I was just really unlucky that this is. Yeah, what a bad move. I was going to put a big blunder on that one. Just losing it with that one move, because otherwise I'd played quite well that game, I thought. Okay, so just let's analyze this game briefly. Taking the pawn is fine, apparently. Ooh, yeah, that's interesting. Bishop h4 check. Bishop h4 check first. Okay, interesting. Then my back rank is clear. Okay, knight c4, nice move. Bishop b5, I thought this was a nice trick. Knight here. Oh, I just didn't notice my queen was under attack now. Which is, oh, but apparently knight takes c6 is still the best move. Okay, that's kind of funny. That's kind of hilarious. Like, I don't spot my queen is hanging, but that's still the best move. Rook takes g1, so I played the best sequence here, which is nice. Rook, did I do something wrong? Apparently bishop at b5 check might be good as well, but okay, did this. Rook d8, bishop block. Okay, and then this is too slow because I want a knight here. So I think, yeah, like knight d4, yeah, take me, because then knight at c5, king c7, knight takes c4. Apparently, yeah, this is good. But so the bishop kind of gets in the way of my attack. Then this is a nice idea, just opening up holes in my position for a counterattack. And I was obviously very worried about queen here, checkmate. And the way to stop it was bishop at f3 with a counter idea. Instead, I used a knight, which wasn't the best because it weakens up this square. So just simply queen at e3, I was worried about actually. But apparently, I'm still okay. But okay, so I think this last game is all about blocking your defensive pieces. Beware of blocking your own defenders, because this is what happened. First time I did this. This was nice. I thought this was nice. I was feeling comfortable here. Oh yeah, then I was getting a bit nervous. Oof, have you got something? Fortunately, the check is defended. Yeah, then I thought I should have something here, but no forced mate. And I just needed to take one move out to defend, and instead did this. It's mate in 6 for you. Really nicely found. Apparently the forcing mate was bishop at b1. Rook takes b1. This is crazy. So you're clearing away the defender of c2. Rook takes, knight d takes, and then queen c2 is coming. Queen c2, king b4, rook d5. So apparently after the way you did it, I still had hope. With king b3, I had to run up. So I did this instead, and that was queen at b2, king b1, knight here, check, mistakes. Nicely found. Okay, good game, variant chess. So I end the arena on 1651. That's still decent. And we can see the current Crazyhouse players, and we're going to do a draw for the $20. That's what we're all looking forward to, right? The spinning the wheel. Okay, so let's get back to. How do I get back to this tournament? Let's get back to the tournament. For a second, I was worried there that all the games have already been deleted, because I was told by GB Tammy that they could be deleted at some point, but hopefully we have some time. Okay, thanks, GB Tammy, and we're going to now. Okay, I was going to say thanks for playing, everyone, and now we're going to choose the winning game. So let's just see how many. Let's see how many games there are in the tournament. So there might not be tournament stats automatically. So let's just we might have to do this manually. Okay, so now we're going to choose the winning game. So are there tournament stats? Maybe not. We're going to have to just do this manually. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 from Mugwort. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Variant Chess had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 wins. If I miscount something, everything goes wrong. No pressure. 12 wins. Bughouse Knight has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins. If I've made a mistake, someone on the stream tell me, okay? So it looks like Bughouse Knight has 8 wins. Blunderman 1 had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins. Terra 87 had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins. Entitled Untitled had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins. This is so low tech. I'm low tech. I'm sorry, guys. Play GM had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wins, and this is probably off your stream now. Clearcast, how do I fix? I could, yeah, I don't know how to. If I move it up, I don't think, yeah. Clearcast had 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. I lost my. This is going to take a while, sorry guys. And Special Agent Fash had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins. Okay. Because we're trying to see how many games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins next from number 11. Ubi Dip has, ooh, a draw. Draws don't count, but it's a game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins. That's an interesting question. Hadn't thought of draws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If the draw game wins, then there's no winner. So who wins then? Maybe we have to do another draw between those two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. Yeah, this is okay. Shivashish 76 got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins. Hope that's right. Astavakra got 5 wins. And PKR got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins. And Apostatlet got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins. So lots of things. In the Noble Chucks got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. I just realized draws are counting twice. What's going on here? That's not a random game. Um, Okay, so for a draw game, I shouldn't really be counting it because no one won the game. So I'm only going to count the games where one or the other side won. So I've got to take one off there. Got to take one off from Ubi Dip. We don't want to have draw games. Oh God. We've got to just do a lottery just of the games where someone won. And yeah. Okay, Kireka Chess Champ got 1, 2, 3, 4 games. So if it's a draw, then no, that doesn't count. No one's 1, 2, 3, 4 games. Okay, so hopefully that's right. There are 8 wins here, 6 wins here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wins here, 8 wins here. Yeah, so it's looking right. 5, 7, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, and 4. Okay, we'll get there in the end. Just a few more pages to go. I'll delete. Okay, so 5, 5, 5, 4, 2. Ramanvis 1988. I respect the effort. 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1 from Sleipnir. Sleipnir wins. He's a lucky guy. And go to page 4. Caragiales, just the one game. 1, 1, 1. And where if it, I think that's it. That's it. Seaflower didn't win any. 0 didn't win any. But nice to have these participating. We had over 50 participating. That's very cool. So more participating than I've ever taken part in the Crazyhouse League. So good numbers. Hang on. 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. Let's just double check that I got the right number of ones at the end. So 4 ones. 1, 1, 1, 1. Yep. And then the rest, hard luck guys, at the end without any wins. Okay, so I'm going to take out these dashes just to see, and we're going to see the sum total. Let's see, let's open up a Google Sheet. Just going to count how many games they are, and then the way you do that is just paste in this list and just simply do a simple sum. Sum of, it knows what I want already, but I'm still typing it out. So 188 games. 188 games, so maybe GB Tammy could double check if there's any. Is that correct, that 189 games in the tournament? Is there any way of double checking this? Yeah, there's no stats to double check. Pethidine says, randomly ended up playing on your link in the forum today and played a game. It was good fun. If you won, you've got a chance of winning. We're about to spin the wheel. Are you guys ready? 188 games. So Shivashi says, not all selected, I think. We missed last one while copied. Oh, let's double check. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones at the end. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. It's correct. So F Gala won a game, so he's in it. He's in it. He could win this raffle. So let's just have a look at F Gala. He was on page 3. Yep. So if the first one of these ones wins, that's 180 or something. 181, I think it was. 181 wins, and F Gala wins. Okay, so about to spin the wheel. Except because this is the way it works. Like normally there are like 10 of these, and you spin it, and it goes round, and so pick a game, and we're just going to count through. So that would be number 2 would win. Okay, except we've got 188 games to choose from. So the wheel spinning is just going to be a bit crazy, and you can't really see anything happening. Okay, you guys ready? Who is going to be the winner of the $20? Let's go. So the winner is number 91. Now, there must be a cunning way. Okay, so I'm going to put that is equal to this, and this equals this plus, oops, is equal to this plus this, just to see who 91 is. So it's not first or second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth or ninth, But those 8 points, first or second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth or ninth or 10th. So 91 was one of the wins of the guy who came 10th. So the guy who comes 10th wins the $20. And who came 10th? It's hanging up on me. Special Agent Fash. Special Agent Fash. Special Agent Fash is the winner. So we'll be in touch on lichess if in case you're not watching. Special Agent Fash wins $20. Okay, we'll be in touch on lichess for an email address to PayPal the money to you. Okay, so let's see if he's on. He's not. Oh, he is online. Is he online? He is online now. So I'll just send the message. I don't know if he's watching the stream, but send him a message. So just to say where Adet 2510 will actually send the money on PayPal for me because I won the $20 in a CNO cage fight, which I managed to take down Neo Matrix in a cage fight. So although I'm paying $20, I'm going to be doing it via Adet 2510. But Adet might have gone to sleep by now, but yeah, he's not online now, but the money will be sent in the next day or two. So I've sent a message to Special Agent Fash, and congratulations. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, thanks GB Tammy for creating the website, and yeah, I hope it's been instructive. Sure, I lost a few games I wish I hadn't lost, like against Variant Chess and against Ubi Dip, but also had some very fun wins, which I was quite satisfied about. Had some fun mating ideas. Metin 48 took me down again, but okay, I managed to get him back, so we were 1-1 there. Yeah, and maybe Special Agent Fash is in a game or is not. Yeah, it looks like he's in a game right now, so I'll let him claim the prize in his own time. He's playing some 5+0 Crazyhouse. No, he's an 1800 player, so kudos to him for getting top 10. I think he's a worthy winner, getting top 10. I didn't get top 10. I didn't play as many games, but yeah, kudos to him for participating and getting top 10 as an 1800 in Crazyhouse. That's good performance. Okay, thanks everyone for watching, and if there's someone I should raid, let me know. In the meantime, I'll just I'll quickly look. Let's see. Is anyone else? I'm going to quickly get my mobile, see if anyone else is streaming. I'll leave you with Special Agent Fash trying to take out 2200 while I take a look at. Let's just check. St. Louis Chess Club is streaming. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick look if anyone else is streaming, and I'll be back with you in 1 second. Okay, guys, I just found Tooldove is streaming, so that's an obvious raid. He's a Nigerian Crazyhouse player, and this was co-organized with Adet 2510 of Crazyhouse Nigeria. So we are very proud to raid Tooldove, who streams Crazyhouse. And thanks everyone for watching. This has been a wonderful stream. Well, wonderful to have you all participating. Over 50 people participating, playing a Crazyhouse 960 tournament. Even at a slow time control, people had the patience. Even top players like Mugwort and Bughouse Knight. So thanks everyone, and have I got? Yep. Thanks everyone, and see you next time.